Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to another D&D game, another session of Return to Waterdeep. We will go ahead and get into it. As we last left off, all of you have boarded the great and blue junk-like vessel, the Tidecaller, with its captain, an eccentric tabaxi named Nemi Namora, who eccentrically greeted each of you as you boarded, and has encouraged you that she's going to take care of you and that to enjoy your time upon her vessel, which in your first night included a lot of revelry, sea shanties, and overall merriment. Since then, you've had a few days of clean and clear sailing, the winds at your back, and as your fourth day on the ocean has begun, met with a hard knock as the ship was rammed by some great aquan beast, knocking off one of the crew members and unfortunately finding his demise at the toothy maw of a giant shark. You now find your ship surrounded by 5 giant sharks at this time, and as we last left off, was Ori reaching over the side to shoot a firebolt.
Fast is the ship going?
I mean, not terribly fast. Why do you ask?
Because if I detach myself from the ship for this, I need to know whether or not I'm going to be able to catch back up. So as long as we're not moving faster than 60 feet around.
So a galleon ship moves roughly at the speed of about 9 miles an hour.
Which translates to
90 feet around.
So, yeah. All right. So that's not a good plan. I should be able to calculate the basics physics of that.
unless we
In this instance, because it is currently under duress, it is moving more at a speed of about 60.
Okay. They've kind of loosened the sails a bit. Let some of the wind slip. Okay. I've read just enough books about ship combat to know too much.
Gotcha. And you know more than I do.
Yeah, exactly. And I am built to be that kind of asshole who nitpicks about stupid stuff.
Gotcha. Well, it typically on clear sailing would move up to a speed of 8 knots. If that means anything to you.
Only that I know how they why it's called knots.
Either way, but your ship has been rammed and shook as you feel the ship begin to shake some more, as it feels like almost like the ship is hitting rocks, but you know these to be great sharks that are just barreling against the side of the ship. What is everyone doing?
I'm going to shoot a firebolt.
All right, move your character over to one of the sides and tell me which one you're shooting at. Everyone else, what are you doing? You are muted, Kris.
Sorry, I was below deck when the shouts happened, so I would be running up to the deck to see what had been happening.
All right, perfect. Then we'll get back to you in a minute as you will be just making your way up.
I guess I'm going to try to shoot a shark.
All right, move yourself to whatever shark you'd like to shoot. Rowan, what are you doing?
I don't know what I can do. I mean, they're underwater. How far under the water are they?
They're within 5 feet of the surface.
That means that realistically, none of our projectiles are going to get them.
It means you will be shooting at disadvantage.
Oh.
5 feet, 5 feet under the surface. That's definitely out of range for like an axe swing, I would imagine.
Yeah. Depends on how aggressive you want to be.
Within D&D terms, if you went all the way to the water surface and tried to swing, you could. But of course, you'd be also rolling a disadvantage as you are going against you're going against water. It's hindering your swing. It's slowing it down. It's ruining your precision. It's more of a general broad swing and hoping that your strength can pull it through fast enough and hard enough, not only to hit but to hurt. But plausible for you to do.
Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll hop on Snaggletooth.
Okay.
And fly down to the sharks.
All right. Go ahead and move yourself on Snaggletooth, and then move yourself next to whatever shark you wish to be going after.
Hold on, I gotta find where. I don't know how to attach myself to Snaggletooth.
So you drag yourself on top, and then you highlight both of you. You drag and collect.
Okay. Wait, I don't understand.
So you go like.
Hold on. It's not work. Oh, now it's working.
Okay, good, perfect. There you go. And Grit, how about yourself?
Is this just one shark? Why is there only one?
There's a lot of sharks.
I only
There's like
one
5.
shark icon.
Don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyways. I'm gonna use.
Zoom out.
I'm gonna use.
With the minus.
Oh, wait.
Oh, they're all around. I thought they were in the same area.
No, they're not in the same area.
Oh, what a pain in the booty.
Actually, hold on.
I'm gonna fly down and try to attack this one.
All right. Grit, what are you doing?
What's the intelligence on these? Have
you studied sharks?
No,
You can make a knowledge nature check to try and figure it out.
that's okay.
Okay.
My firebolt was a 13 to hit.
All right, a 13 will hit. You can roll your damage.
That's a 13 fire.
All right. So you'll form an orb of fire in hand, throw it down. The magic encasing it, allowing it to pierce the water as you hear a hiss and a tss of steam that rises from where it goes in. And you'll see it hit amongst the side body of the shark. And,
Oh, that means I can fireball them.
it does mean that you get the feeling that you possibly would be able to succeed in doing so.
That was that album character.
All right, Grit, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my ability as a monk. I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna try to convince the sharks to go away.
Okay. So what ability is this?
It's the Tongue of Sun and Moon, which allows if they can understand so I can understand all spoken languages, and any creature that can understand a language can understand what I say.
Okay. So you're going up to like the sharks over here on the right side, and what do you say? And make a persuasion roll.
Yeah. I'm going to say, basically. Oh, well, that's fortunate.
Anyone else who is rolling for an attack, please go ahead and roll for it.
I was going to, but Calvin came up, pointed his pistol at the shark, and realized he had a much better idea.
I have things I want to do before I'm attacking.
Okay. What are you looking to do?
Well, one, I want to rage.
Rage.
And then I wanted to I'm trying to find it on here. Where's the thing? What's the thing where I can do the scream?
You can only do one or the other. They're both a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Then I'll rage for now.
Okay.
And I want to do reckless attack against the shark. So that'll cancel out my disadvantage.
Yes, it will. So go ahead and make a standard attack.
17.
That'll hit. And we'll get back to you in a minute, Grit. So sorry.
Oh, is it Grit's turn?
I'm kind of jumping about. We're right now freeform.
Okay.
We'll go in initiative soon enough.
So is it still my turn, or are you going back?
Yeah. No, you go ahead and let me know what your damage is.
Okay. I have to. I'm trying to figure out what all I roll for damage when I'm raging.
So it is the weapon damage plus your rage damage plus your strength plus your radiant damage.
Okay, so it says 1d6 plus 4 slashing. That's the weapon damage.
No, because your weapon is not a d6.
Oh, no, that's the hand axe. 1d12 plus 7. Is that plus the strength already?
Yeah, that's plus your strength and plus your weapon damage.
Okay, so the strength is already added. So then I just have to add
your rage damage and your radiant damage from being a Path of the Zealot.
Okay, so there's just too much stuff here.
I think that's 1d12 plus 1d6 plus what, 9?
Something like that.
I'm trying to find it on my sheet.
It'd be under your Path of the Zealot abilities.
Oh, hold on, it's up here. I was looking. All right. 10th letter. No, that's the battle cry. Oh, hold on. When you're raging, 1d6 plus half barbarian level.
Okay, so you'll roll. So you do 1d12 plus 1d6 plus 13 damage. And plus additional
my
3.
Radiant. That includes my.
And then you get additional 3 damage from your rage damage. Your barbarian. So d6, a d12 plus 16.
Okay, I got a d6 plus d12 plus 16. I'm gonna write that down as the formula for raging.
Cool.
Yep.
Just understand that some of that damage does not apply to a second hit in a turn.
Damn it! Then what is it? That's first hit. Then what would the second hit be?
It would be a d12 plus 10.
A d12 plus 10?
You just wouldn't have the radiant, and that's if you hit on that's for a second hit on any turn. So if you
Okay, yeah, well, I can hit twice in one turn. So so I've written that. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make this easier so that I'm not always looking. All right.
Absolutely, of course.
Let's do the d12 plus the d6. 12.
All right.
6.
Jeez,
Okay.
max damage.
That's 18 plus 16, so 34 damage. Woo!
Well, good goddamn.
All right. So you just fly down on Snaggletooth, and as you're gripping onto the harness, and Snaggletooth like almost goes completely just upside down with you on it, you just with your axe, you just swipe under the water, and you can just feel yourself make connection as you make a deep gouge, cutting up its belly and into its fin. You definitely have made a scar upon this mighty beast.
Okay, I can hit again, right?
Yes, you can. You have a second attack.
And also reckless, is reckless just you can use it anytime?
Well, you can declare it on your turn.
When you're raging.
But it applies on any attack that you make between now until your next turn.
Okay.
And attacks against you as well.
So. Yes. Okay, so now I roll to hit my second. I nat 20.
Oh, okay. Nat 20. You get an additional. So you do because you have brutal critical. You do ×3 instead of ×2.
Oh God. So I roll everything first.
Yep. So D12 plus 10 ×3.
Okay.
Minimum of 33 damage.
Plus 10, 12, so ×3.
So 36 damage as you make another pass and you just deep cleave on the other side, making a matching scar.
Yeah,
And
bitches.
with that, it is bloodied. You can see just like the pools of like blood that are just seeping out of it, and just staining the water a deep crimson. All right, and do you stay within range, or do you move any further, or anything like that?
I fly out of range.
All right, you fly back up. Cool. All right. Then with that, that'll bring us to Grit. Grit, please let me hear your plea.
I'm gonna say, back to the depths with you, you foul beast.
Okay, so are you intimidating or are you persuading?
Persuading.
Okay. Go ahead and make your persuasion roll.
I got a 2.
Okay. Your persuasion is seen more as an insult, as it speaks. Now, can you understand any language?
Yes.
Uh, it speaks back to you in bubble tongue, Aquan. And as it speaks back out to you, it just kind of says a few like, and it's literal gibberish. Like it's like you understand that it's not understandable. Yeah, so it speaks back to you, recognizing what you've said, but then speaks back to you in complete and total, just nonsensical wording.
Huh. That doesn't seem like a thing animals do. Traditionally.
All right. So with that, let me get initiative.
I had a thing.
Oh yes, please. Sorry, Calvin.
I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship on this other one that I ran off to test on.
Sure. Animal friendship. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they gotta make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw. I yeet in a chunk of meat
Okay.
from my animal snack pouch.
It definitely fails.
Yay!
Now, is that shark befriended to you or to all of your allies?
To me, which basically means it goes. It should basically it's charmed, so it should basically go kind of passive unless we fuck with it.
So actually, as you do it and everything like that, you chunk the meat in there, and it quickly devours the meat. You can tell that your spell actually takes no hold. Let's see. Yeah.
Can I tell why at all? Does it seem like it's not a?
If you read the spell, you will know why.
Is 4 or higher. Oh, okay. So it's too clever.
So yeah, it takes your meat. It understands what you said, but it seems to have no hold over your sway. Holds no power over it.
Okay.
All right. Now if I can get initiative from everyone.
I got
got 7.
Oh, that was a bad bounce. That was a very bad bounce.
They happen. They happen. All right. Who got who received a 20 or higher?
All the sharks.
All right, 16 to 20, or 15 to 20.
I got an 18.
All right, 10 to 15.
12.
Oh boy, 5 to 10.
I got 7.
I got 6.
And 1 to 5. Whoo. Okay.
You got
Natural
a
1, baby. I was downstairs. It makes sense. I'm doing.
All
It
right.
was a narrative roll.
All right. At the top of the round, Nemi, you can see her immediately giving orders. She'll be like, just like just maintaining sails, trying to catch some additional wind. She immediately starts making her way to the helm, and she's like, "We need to build distance and get speed. And you go downstairs, repair any hull damage to the hull." And she looks at the rest of you and says, can you fend them off?"
I'm in the sky.
Maybe.
Fireball them to Avernus.
All right. She goes, "All right, I'm putting my faith and my ship in you," and she's gonna run up to the hull and take command from there. With that, that'll bring us to the starting turn of Grit. You look down to the water. You can see these large, massive forms lumbering about as they look like they are moving aggressively alongside the ship and look like they're about to turn inward in order to ram it once again.
Are there looking around? Are there any like spears or anything that I could pick up to throw at the sharks?
Yeah, if you look upon the ship, there are different like forms of harpoons. There's some other like heavy objects that are not exactly designed to go overboard, but you could you could improvise and throw them if you so desire.
I
But yeah,
I think I'm gonna go grab some harpoons.
you
They're
see,
spear size for me.
yeah, you find a gentleman who's like gathering up a few, and you just like take one out of his hands as he's running about.
Yep. Okay.
Perfectly sized for you, of course. All right, and what do you do from there?
I'm gonna chuck it at one of the sharks.
All right, please roll the hit.
This is a range melee attack, right?
Yes, it's it is a throwing property in this case.
Okay. I have proficiency. So... Or would a 25 hit?
A 25 will definitely hit. Please roll your damage.
For this would be a D6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 4, that's 7 damage.
Oh.
Big numbers.
I'm
Now
getting the big number.
keep in mind, I don't believe. Let's see. Okay, 7 damage. Cool. All right. There is a rope attached to the end that you still have within your hands attached to the harpoon.
Okay.
It's a harpoon without a rope.
Wheel them in.
Yeah, right.
But it does embed itself into like the back dorsal area of the shark.
I'm gonna yell out, "I got one!" and scamper across the deck. I guess I'm gonna try to tie it off to something. Actually, that's probably not a good idea. I'll move and in my turn.
All right, and do you let go of the rope? Are you still holding on to the slack?
I'm still holding onto the slack.
Okay. All right. So then with that, Ori, you are up.
You're muted.
You are muted.
Sorry.
All good.
I'm going to assess the situation. I'm going to look down, and I'm going to use my movement to move. Oop, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm going to. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to firebolt the same one again.
All right, you hurriedly make your way up the stairs, kind of having to push past other deckhands as they run about, making sure that things stay in order and the ship keeps moving at a fastest speed as you hurl another firebolt. Roll the hit, also still with disadvantage as the surface of the water is working as like a shield for them.
Well, I nat 20 and then 14, so I still hit.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage. And you're shooting at the same one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's going to be... Ooh, much better. 22 damage.
All right, 22. The bolt will hit into its side. You'll see a large black searing mark where your attack has landed. The shark now kind of swimming with an awkward sway to it. Not much left in its fiber being. It seems to be on its last fin.
I'm going to shout out, if anyone wants to do...
Okay, let me refresh this. Yay for DCs. Sorry about that. My computer decided it didn't want to be attached to the internet anymore.
It happens. I end my turn.
All right, after shouting, if anyone wants to do anything stupid, I got your back.
Yep.
With that, the sharks are all going to be making their move. Each of them, with nothing in range, will swim in the water, and as they kind of pick up speed, they'll pull a little away as they'll ram their large forms into the side of the vessel. I need everyone on the ship to make a dexterity saving throw. Temper, as you are climbing your way up a ladder to get up to the top, please also make one as well.
Oh God, that's not good.
Do I need to make it at disadvantage or anything because I'm on the ladder?
That's not good.
No. You can actually, if you can either, I'll give you a choice here. You can either make a dexterity saving throw, or you can do an athletics check at disadvantage. You are muted, by the way.
Yeah. I'll do the athletics at disadvantage, I guess.
All
Just
right.
for funsies. Not great. That's an 8.
All right. So you'll find yourself falling off of the ladder and falling prone back on the deck below. It is going to take all your movement in order to get back up and then climb all the way up and be beyond surface level. But as you fall down and you kind of position yourself sitting on the ground, you look about you. You can see on one side the wood is beginning to splinter and the ship is starting to take water.
Got it.
You're of course not the only one who noticed it. Many of the deckhands immediately heading over there to try and figure out and trying to just do quick patchwork to try and conceal it. They move a little carefully though, as they know this is where the brunt of the attacks are also happening, and they are not looking to go down with the ship in such a fashion.
Of course.
All right. So with that, the sharks are done. They have done their damage to the ship, bringing in 60 points of damage. And with that, Rowan, you are up again.
Did you want to know our dexterity saving throws?
Oh, sorry. Yes, please. Rowan, obviously you don't have to make one because you're on the ship. But yes, Ori, Grit, and Calvin, if you will.
I got an 11. I rolled a 2.
You will fall and be prone. You
Got
will
a
get what, Ori? You cut out.
I got a 12.
You will also fall prone. And then
Uh,
Grit,
I got a 13.
13 passes.
As I fall over, I'm going to yell, "It's hijinks time now, mateys!"
All right. And with that, Rowan, you may go.
Okay, so what I would like to do is I want to do Zealous Presence. So I'm going to unleash a battle cry, and I want to give that gives you guys all advantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
All right.
Is there a range to it?
60 feet.
Okay.
60 feet. Okay, so measuring to Temper, you will unfortunately be too low down to benefit from it.
That's why I was asking, because I figured me
You
being
are very
lower
close.
fell into play there.
Yeah, very
Well,
close.
it says until the start of your next turn. Does it only last one turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Which, by the way, with that, let's hear this barbarous war cry of yours.
I'm not doing that.
So as Rowan, on her mighty griffin steed, dives back down for another attack,
Yes.
she lets out a mighty just roar of ah! Just kind of the very Rowan-like shrill just shout as she.
Well, it's more like ah.
There it is.
Right,
I was gonna say.
There we go. We
It was
got
almost
it
like
out
the
of her.
hangover answered for you.
Yeah. She goes down as you see her and Snaggletooth dive past the deck and back towards the water. Please, you're using Reckless, I assume, again, so make your attacks against it.
Well, she doesn't need to do reckless because doesn't her cry also affect her?
That's true. So she could, yeah. So yeah.
It doesn't matter. I got a nat 1.
Will you roll another d20 for me?
Isn't she a halfling?
I got a 2.
Oh,
Isn't Rowan a halfling?
Oh,
Don't they have lucky?
yeah! So my second roll is a 2. That's right. I can't roll that
Okay,
one.
so you get a 2, which after you add everything, what does that bring your attack to?
14, bitches.
Which fucking hits.
Unbelievable. She
Literally
cannot,
can't miss.
she literally cannot miss these.
She has to
sharks.
roll 2 ones. She has a 1
In a
in
row.
400 chance to miss.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to do that because if she rolls 2 nat ones in a row,
Her axe is
I-
going to fall into the fucking ocean.
yeah.
That's what I was afraid was about to happen until I remembered that I re-roll nat ones. Wait, if I roll nat 1 a second time, it doesn't count as a nat 1 that I get to re-roll.
You can only re-roll the first one.
Who said?
Huh?
It probably says in the rules that you have to accept the results of the second roll.
Probably.
I mean, if it doesn't, I'm saying that. I'm not going to allow you to be like, yeah, these halflings never get nat 1s. That's their
Okay.
racial trait, is that they never get screwed over by the dice. No. D&D is all about getting screwed over by the dice.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my damage.
All right, please roll away.
7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 16.
So 24.
30.
How do you want to do it? How do
It's
you want
not
to kill this one?
24, it's 32. Wait, no, it is.
All right.
Well, I'm bad at math.
So as
guys.
you go down and you cleave into it, your axe catches into it and then gets back into the same groove that you made beforehand, just cutting deep into it, up and through the mouth, as half of it cuts out and its form just limplessly sinks down to the darker depths.
I know it doesn't have any effect, but I make the battle cry again. Ah!
I don't want to do a battle cry. Gonna do nothing but a battle cry.
Does
All right.
too.
And with that, you can move. You still have movement. Because I believe your hippogriff has a movement of 160, and you took about 30 feet to dive down, so you have 130 to move if you wish to go anywhere else, including vertically.
I would like to go.
Whack a shark on the other side.
And with that,
Yeah.
Calvin, you're on deck.
I like to go. Oh crap! I gotta highlight myself again. What's happening?
Oh hi.
I thought it stayed.
No, because you're not. I can group you guys.
This one. I go to this one. No, don't stop.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Can I? No, I can't group you guys. No. All right.
I just saw my stats and thought they were incorrect because my health is so high, but that's right.
No, yeah, you're just really stupidly helping. All right, so you then see just the hippogriff fly over the ship and over to the other side.
The hippogriff.
No, I'm sorry, Griffin. Griffin.
No, I do it all the time too.
All right, and
Mythical flying beast.
mythical flying beast with mythical flying person. All right, Calvin, you're up.
I am going to rotate my ring of animal friendship, and I'm going to cast fear on this shark.
Okay, wisdom saving throw.
Yep, at a 13.
You as you cast the spell and like this dark looming atmosphere suddenly sets in, the waters around it almost turn black. You see its red piercing eyes just kind of pierce through and look at you and then shake free of it. As it nat 20 is your saving throw.
Of course it does.
All right, is there anything else you want to do?
Be grouchy.
Okay, you have the full right to be grouchy.
I will stand up. So that I'm no longer prone.
All right, and Temper, it is now your turn.
I'm going to, from my viewpoint of laying down on the ground and looking over to the side and seeing some water start to leak in, just kind of under my breath to myself, fuck. And I'm going to get up and try and make my way over to where where one of the splintering sections is.
Okay. All right, and so you walk over there. There's about 2 other carpenters that are there that are just working on it, shipwrights that are making this patch repair, trying their best to do so. What do you wish to do? How do you wish to help?
I want to try and place my palms against it where the boards have not been slatted just yet, and try and cast mend on the splintered boards to see if I can't cause them to be more structurally sound again.
Gotcha. So as you cast the spell, the divine energy is channeling through your hand and into the wooden carapace of the ship. Men unfortunately cannot repair something that's this big in damage, but a lot of the smaller splinters on the edge, it does begin to fix a little bit, and the warping of the wood begins to straighten a little bit, which makes it easier for them to attach their repair, and easier for them to make something that'll actually be better patchwork for it rather than what it was before.
Perfect. It wasn't for nothing, so that's all that I care about.
Yeah, you made their lives and their jobs easier. That's for
Yeah,
absolutely
I figured
sure.
I wasn't just going to magically fix the ship, but at least it did something.
Suddenly, it is made of steel.
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure
Suddenly
that
a
we
battle
want
ship.
that because it would not displace enough water to not sink.
That's true. Anyway, with that is going to bring us back to the top of the round. Grit. Before you go, you're going to see Nemi, who sees you have you have the harpoon. You're holding on the rope, and huh?
What about me?
What about you?
Did I not get a turn?
You did.
You
You
did get a
firebolted.
turn. You fired,
I'm sorry.
and it's not your turn again yet.
My bad.
It's all good. And Nemi's gonna see that you have the rope in her hand, and she immediately she's like, "Help him out! Reel the bastard up!" And they're gonna see a lot of deckhands that come and take the rope, and they grab it at different lengths. You can either join them in helping them to pull up one of these sharks, or you can do something else. But they are all grabbing on the rope, ready and you can see them kind of practicing the heave ho, something they've obviously done on multiple occasions. They seem quite in rhythm with each other. Grit, what do you wish to do?
I'm gonna join in with helping them.
All right, then I need you to make a athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
And you have double advantage, so you can roll 3 dice and take the best roll out of three. Since you have so many coordinated helpers.
Don't you? Okay. I rolled a 14, and then a 16. I was like, if I roll one more 14.
Yeah, triple 14 definitely means something, right?
Yeah. So 16 total.
16. You add nothing to the roll. Okay.
Yeah.
As you begin to pull, and you kind of get into the rhythm with them, and as you do, you can feel like a slight gap, like you start picking up more and more slack with each pull. As you can tell, the weight that's really now pulling on the rope as this grand beast. Rowan, as you see it in the water, it has been lifted out of the water.
Which one has been lifted out of the water?
The one that you're next to, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So it is being legitimately lifted right in front of your face. With that, I will put a little symbol on it to show that it is in a particular condition. Oh goodness, it needs all on my face. We will do this one. Oh, that's so
It's basically
small.
fairy fired, I would imagine.
Yes. It's kind of vertically prone. It's a weird way.
It's restrained.
It is indeed restrained because it is just right now floating in the air by a harpoon that's inside, that's in its back area. So its mouth is pointing downward and it's not able to. It's definitely flailing. It seems like it's still you see it flailing with its mouth open, just biting or whatever it can. But it doesn't seem to have any coordination, of course, because it's not.
We already made we're going to need a bigger boat joke last week, right?
Yeah.
I made the joke that they're going to need a bigger shark.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then suddenly,
Don't tempt fate like that.
I know, right?
What?
Uh,
I don't know for real, man.
the real sharks show up. No. So with that, Grit, you can feel that you're actually beginning to lift one of these beasts right out of the water. Ori, you are up.
As I'm falling into the ocean, I want to say, "Let me get him," and I'm going to cast polymorph on myself.
All right. What are you polymorphing yourself into?
Giant shark, of course.
All right. I can't unfortunately turn one of these icons into one that you can control. So let me just download one real quick.
To denote myself as being a little different, I'm going to be...
Actually, we're just going to blow up your icon.
Perfect. An albino shark with little blue flecks going down my body, and I'm going to have the markings of a pirate hat on my head.
All right. So Calvin, as you look next to you, see Ori just dive into the water, and as they dive, their form begins to just enlarge and grow. Their arms just kind of start melding into their body, and the whole form becomes this opaque blob for a moment, and then you can see it take form as this particular decadent great shark, now contesting its surrounding waters and fellow beasts. And that is your action. I'm going to put a little indicator on you to show that you are concentrating.
Okay. I can't exactly cast spells right now.
No, but if you take damage, your concentration can break.
Cool, thank
And
you.
that is based on the shark stats, not your stats. Warcasting, things like that do not apply.
Does Warcaster still apply?
No, because you don't have feats as a shark.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. So
I'll
that
use movement to get up right on this guy.
all right, we'll do this one. Why not? All right. And do you get to the attack action, or is technically your action eaten up already?
I think that's just I'm gonna say that's just my action. That's fine.
All right. Cool. Then with that, that's gonna end your turn, and the sharks are up. So 2 of them are going to go after the ship.
Fuck you, sharks.
As the same one where you are, Temper, you see you can hear and you see another solid hit, just boom into it. This is not enough damage in order to shake it to cause a dexterity saving throw, but you can see the area that just got mended just gets hit even harder as it starts leaking more and more water. You're afraid that another hit like that may cause irreparable damage. So, with that, there are also going to be a shark that's going to take an attack at Rowan at disadvantage. As it bites, as it's flailing in the air, and it's going to whip its form over towards you to try and take a chunk out of you.
Okay.
Will a 15 hit?
No.
All right. You'll be able to just kind of move yourself away and not be able to be hit in that regard.
Yeah.
And one shark will see this new shark that just dove out of the water and will look at you, and it starts speaking, and because you're a shark, you know you're a great shark, you do know Aquan, as you understand what it is saying, but you understand that it is complete and total gibberish. Like, it is just it is nonsensical talking that it is doing at you. And it's going to get a 19 to hit you to do 19 piercing to you, and I will need you to make a concentration check. It is a DC 10. You got +5.
20 to...
Nice. All right. No issue. Since you got a nat 20, your next concentration you will be able to do with advantage.
All right. Thank you.
All right. With that, Rowan, you're up. Calvin on deck.
All right. So I'm going to fly away from the one that's been hoisted because he's out of commission. And I'm going to go to this one over here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to dive down and try to attack with my axe.
All right. And
I'm gonna reckless again.
Okay, cool. As you do fly away, the other one behind you attempts to bite at you again as you leave its threat range, but it very much misses. Like, it just tries. It's like a very saddened, like, just no reach, no opportunity to even get close to you.
Yay. Okay. Yes.
Oh.
All right. I got a 21 to hit.
All right.
I canceled out the disadvantage. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so we're going to do damage. 2 + 5, 7 + 16.
So 23 points of damage on the first hit.
And then I'm going to do a second hit.
All right.
And I got a 25 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
And the damage is 21.
All right. You swoop down to the water and just kind of get 2 just great just cleaves into its side, against its large back. As you can see it like just squirm and move in pain. You can see a little bit of blood in its head from it ramming the ship. And it just seems undeterred almost by your swings. With that, that'll bring us to Calvin.
All right, I am going to draw both my pistols and attempt to fire at the shark in the water.
All right, please. You are rolling at disadvantage.
12.
A 12 will miss.
All right, second pistol. 19.
19 will hit.
All right, and he's being threatened by an ally, so I do believe I get sneak attack.
Yep.
6, 7, and then it's a D10. Meh. Six. 22 damage.
23.
Yes.
Nice. You see the bullet just kind of go into the water after the second one. It hit the water, and the bullet immediately, just from the heat hitting the water, just kind of dispersed. And that one, did you see it go through, and immediately it just like hit into its side, just about a foot behind its eye. As you can see, blood now just leaving the new perforated hole in its side. All right, and with that, that's going to bring us to Temper.
Okay. So seeing that this damage on the ship might be irreparable if it takes another big hit in that same location, I know that they've been patching. Did they bring other material that's still there? Like,
yes.
that hasn't been used yet?
Yes.
What I'm saying? Okay. I'm going to try and tell any crew that's nearby to get up on deck in case this goes south. And then I'm going to hold my hand out towards the unused material, and I'm going to cast Fabricate.
Okay.
To basically make a large wooden panel to kind of put over that. So if damage does happen, the water coming in at least is slowed in its ability to pour into the cabin.
All right. Yes.
Just a note. Another thing that they would do for patch jobs like that, especially like in combat, is actually drop sail material down the side, because then the water pressure actually acts as a seal.
Yeah, gotcha.
I mean, if they had it down there, then I can use that with Fabricate as well. But I don't know what they don't know what.
No, that's actually a patch job that you would do from the deck.
You do it from the deck
because you literally have to lower it from
it.
it.
Gotcha. Thank you. That's interesting. Thank you. All right.
Very cool.
They look at you a little confused, but then they see you beginning to cast, and one of them just kind of silently just looks at you and nods. And as they move away and you cast the spell, the material then quickly moves in the air and begins to just self-assemble. Part of they do have some cloth and another material that was used. They were sopping up. That you see weaves itself through the hole and brings itself flat on the other side. As your new wooden lattice starts to take place, it starts to tar itself up and attach itself to other nearby posts, almost working as a secondary hull wall. But with that, there's no more water coming in. It does seem to be absolutely and very well sealed in that regard.
Cool. And then once I've done that, I'm going to feel fairly confident that spot is going to hold at least for the time being, and I want to make my way through the cabin to see if there's any other points of weakness that I can see that I can try and get ahead of before they become a problem.
Gotcha. So you're gonna inspect the interior of the hull on this level.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. You will be able to do that more on your following turn.
Yep.
But yeah, you start moving away from this location and finding yourself more in the middle of the entire the entire level. All right. So with that, we will move from you back to the top. Nemi is still giving out commands. She's also saying heave ho in order to keep a pattern and to keep that rhythm going and to keep everyone focused. As everyone will continue to pull. Grit, do you continue to pull with them, or are you going to break away and do something else?
I am. Let's see. I am gonna break away, but this shark down here is still submerged, right?
Yes. The only one that is not is going to be the one to your direct right. This one right here.
I'm not swimming. Yeah, I'm gonna break away, and I am going to go ahead and I believe that's. Hold on. I want to make sure I can do this before I try. Monks can run on water, right?
Maybe. It sounds... I wouldn't put it past monks to be able to do, but I am not going to act like I'm the expert on monk. Let me take a
What
look.
can't monks do?
No.
Damage.
Yeah.
Well, they can do damage, just not, and they can't nuke. They can't do big damage all at once. They get 17 attacks.
Yeah, they can do consistent, can whittle somebody down pretty fast.
Yeah, they get like 7 attacks around.
But they're not sluggers. They're
No.
needlers.
I don't think you do have that ability. I don't think you can run on water.
Okay.
I think there might be or some monks that can, but
Yeah,
I don't think they're one of them.
I think it is a subclass thing.
Okay. Huh. I don't know where I read that at then. Does it have to be? Sorry. So Breath of the Dragon, my ability says if you take the attack action, you may replace one of your attacks with a breath weapon. Does that mean I have to attack with a fist first? Now that I ask it out loud, I don't.
You replace it.
Yeah. Okay. So I am going to break away.
Okay.
And I am going to. I am going to take the attack action, and I am going to do a. I am going to shoot lightning out of my fist, to hit this shark. That's in front of me. Well,
the one that they're pulling onto the deck.
Yeah, the one that's gonna have disadvantage.
Yeah, it definitely. Definitely will.
So I'm gonna hit it with that lightning attack. It's going to need to pass a Dexterity saving throw, DC 16, or take half damage on success.
All right, it gets a 3.
All right, and I need 3d8.
So this is like punching at a punching bag, and actually, to be honest, this is actually closer.
It's kind of
like this one, you could actually start with this physically punching and because instead of even it's within punching range at this point.
Oh, okay.
So,
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because it's being pulled onto the deck, so they're still reeling it in. In fact, let me roll since you're not joining them to see how far they get.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah, so at this point, they last round they had pulled it out of the water. Now they have pulled it up to the railing. So its tail is actually over the railing as its body lays more flat against the side of the ship. So yes, it is actually in physical distance. You can literally just go over, grab the railing, and start fucking gut punching the shark.
All right, I'm gonna lightning bolt the shark first because it already failed that.
Gotcha. Go right ahead.
3d8, 5, 13. 19 damage off of that.
19. Okay.
And
So
then,
you just punch through lightning bolt courses from your arms, and this ejects out of your fist. There's a small sound of thunder as your punch goes forward, and the bolt just rapidly just shoots out and hits the shark, and then continues. It hits the water, and you can see ripples of the static that run through it. Rowan, you'd be able to witness this from on top of Snaggletooth. It's very different.
Okay, and then I am going to make my second attack. Wait, am I doing this right? You always, if you take the attack action, you
That sounds right. No, actually. If you're taking the attack action and replacing it with a breath weapon, then I'm assuming that means you don't get any extra attacks.
No, it's just I'm replacing
It replaces one of the attacks, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then for the second attack, I'll go ahead with the normal punch. I think.
Yeah, because it's replaced one of the attacks with an acceleration of draconic energy, so you still actually have all the other attacks.
Okay. I've got to reread through my character sheet. Listen.
No worries.
So that's a 21 to hit on the second one.
You will hit. You do have advantage on these.
Okay. Well, I'll do lower. I could get a 20. No, that's not a 20 at all. Did I just stick that D8? No, that's 10. Okay. So that is 7 punch damage on the unarmed strike.
All right.
And as a bonus action, I can make an unarmed strike, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that would be the same unarmed strike. Okay, that's not. That is a.
Or you're on deck.
That is a 23 to hit.
All right, that'll hit. Roll your damage.
That is 11 damage.
11. There we go. So you go up to this thing, you immediately shoot out lightning, and then you just kind of reach over and you just give like 2 quick jabs into its side. As you can see it kind of like moving, just this living punching bag for you at the moment. All right, Ori, you are up.
I'm a giant shark, and there's blood in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm here to do.
Fuck it up.
I rolled another nat 20. Amanda's here.
All right. So you roll another nat 20. Roll the damage and multiply it by 2. Sharks do some massive bites.
16, 17. So that's going to be 34 plus 6. So 40 damage.
Okay. All right. So you swim over to this thing and you just like grab it like right at like the bait, like right behind its mouth, and take a deep bite and just take a chunk of it out. Just as you tear it and just and just swallow it whole. Just falling into your feral and primal instincts of just destroying this fellow beast.
You're just going to watch just the mouth, just wide-eyed, mouth open, just ah.
With that, it is surprisingly, so no one's surprised, bloodied, as out of the wound, just hemorrhaging away. All right, the sharks are up. One shark is going. The shark being pulled is going to try and resist. And it's going to try and break free. 2 sharks are going to attack the ship, and 1 shark is going to go after Ori. We'll go after Ori first. 25 to hit, you'll take 15 piercing. Yeah, I'll need a Constitution saving throw. Ship while we're at that. That's a miss. That'll be, wow.
21.
Alright, 21. You pass. And you no longer have advantage anymore.
Yes.
Alright, and the other one is going to try and use his strength to try and break free against the sailormen. And we'll get their rolls. And it will successfully do so. It'll slap its body against the deck side and be able to just overpower as it will rip the harpoon out of its side and fall back into the water. It's going to swim a little farther out with some of its movement. All right, and with that, that's going to be it. The ship does take another 25 points of damage. And with that, Rowan, you're up. Calvin on deck.
Rowan up. All right, I'm going to use Reckless Attack still.
All right, as you dive at the shark once more.
Yes.
Go for him.
Ooh, I rolled an 18 plus 12.
A 30 will hit.
Okay. damage. 12
Okay.
plus 6
Damn. All right, so max damage
Plus-
again, so
plus
32.
16.
How? How?
Right? That's the second time she's rolled max damage.
I don't know, guys.
A
It's
deep-
pretty
It's the
good.
chair.
A
It's
deep
the chair.
cleave, you cut off part of its. You cut off like the top of its fin as it just starts like a chimney of just this bloody smoke coming out of it.
And then I'm going to attack again.
Swing again. Not 20. Again, gonna do 34 points of damage.
Let's find out, bitch.
Let's find out, okay.
Oh no, it's only an 8. But plus 12 is 20.
That'll hit.
4 plus 10, 14.
All right, 14. All right.
And then I fly back up into the air.
Okay, so you're just dive bombing your attacks.
Dive bombing.
Gotcha. As it's like they taught you back in Waterdeep. All right.
Putting that learning to good use.
Calvin, what you up to?
I am going to stick my pistols back in my belt, and I'm going to chuck a couple knives at this shark.
All right, so you have some knives that just apparate and. Now, what are the range of those knives? Are they standard dagger range of 20-60?
Should be.
Okay, well, I mean, you're already throwing a disadvantage, so.
Yeah. That should be. Bear with me, pulling up my attacks on that. That's going to be 21 to hit on the first one.
That'll hit.
Double 12. So same thing on the second one.
That'll also hit.
So the first one will be 1d4 plus 4. Plus my sneak attack.
And temper, you're on deck. Well, you're under deck, but.
See what you did there.
Oh, thank you.
31 damage on the first hit.
31. Woo! Big hit.
And max damage on the second one, which is 8.
All right. So the first one you throw and it immediately just sinks into its eye. It just kind of starts going, screaming like pain. You throw another one and just goes and like slips into its gill. Just very uncomfortable with these two daggers. And then they hit and of course in their form just disappear. And just disappear from existence in that regard. And with that, Temper, you are up. Make a perception check for me since you were looking to see if there's any other retaining damage.
That's really good. That is a 23.
All right, 23. So what you do notice is that there was another solid hit back in the same location you were before, which was here. And you are noticing a bit of damage over here.
Okay, so back where I put my wall, I recognized there was a hit there.
Yes, but it doesn't seem to have broken through. What you have fabricated seems to be holding.
Yeah.
You're not noticing. You're not noticing anything too intense, but you are noticing some notable leakage that's near the bow.
Okay. I will go ahead and use my movement and then add my action to dash to go full 60 feet.
All right, move yourself over in that direction. With that, that's gonna bring us back to the top. Grit. The deck hands are gonna reel up the rope and bring the harpoon, and you'll see one of them offering to hand it to you. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to take the harpoon. I also would like to clarify that unarmored movement does let me move across liquids.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay.
Which I completely forgot about, but that's okay.
It's okay. We all did.
We got this shark down here. This shark swam away, right? Like got away a little bit.
Built some distance. It's 20. It's 20 feet. It's 20 feet across over, and of course.
I'm 30-foot range with this harpoon, right?
The harpoon. Oh boy, where is the harpoon? Here we go. The harpoon has a range of 15 feet and a disadvantage range of 45 feet. 45 would be pushing like right where you're at.
Okay. Let's see. I hate that it doesn't move with me on the screen. And then I have to scroll. This shark down here is attacking the boat, correct?
Yes. The one at the very top where Rowan is, and the one at the bottom have both been consistently attacking the ship.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh,
25.
and just a reminder, with unarmored movement, you're allowed to run or cross those surfaces during your move. Once you stop moving, you then fall and or sink.
Yeah. 50, 65, 70, 75, 80. I am going to use my Step of the Wind to take a dash action as a bonus action.
Okay.
So I can get within range of the shark down here.
Gotcha.
So that uses one of my key points.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to hit with the spear. Sorry.
All right. So you run down there with the harpoon, and you're taking another throw. As you reach over the deck, you can make the throw. You will not have disadvantage.
Just
Alright.
be-
Let's hit. That might hit. That's a flat 20.
That'll definitely hit.
All right. And that's a d6.
Monks are known for their spirit.
So 9 damage.
9 damage. All right, and it is it's now been pierced. And with that, a lot of the deckhands will make their way over, and they'll start grabbing and holding the rope, ready to reel this one up instead. So you've created a conga line of pullmen.
All right. Meat's on the menu tonight, boys.
All right. And with that, we will find ourselves back at Ori.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was still muted. Do I even need to say it though?
Oh yeah, just roll. Just let me know. Just let me know if you do not roll. Whether you hit or you don't hit. You know that a 14 hits. You know that a 12 doesn't.
I hit.
All right, not a shocker.
That's 11, 17 damage.
17 damage. All right, as you take another chunk out of it. That'll bring us to the sharks. One will attack Ori. We'll do that one first.
Shocker.
I know, right? It'll hit for 24 piercing. I need to make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is 12.
Oh. That's 24.
You will pass.
Yes.
All right, and then this one's gonna swim back on over and attack the ship again, and there'll be 2 more attacks on the ship. That'll hit. That'll hit. Oof. All right. So Temper, as you can see under deck 1, I need everyone on the ship to make another Dexterity saving throw.
Nerds.
As Temper, you will see the large bit of the area moving towards. The wood immediately begins to split, not as it was already splintering and cracking. You see it just begin to bust open. Very similar to the situation you saw on the other there. And you do also notice a hit here as well, as the wood there is now cracking and beginning to leak. You are muted.
I got a 12
My
on the
bad.
dexterity throw.
But the furthest one is the worst of the two.
Oh,
but there are 2 spots.
Absolutely. It is
Okay.
truly taking on water there.
Yeah.
All right, so I need your Dexterity saving throw as well, Temper, along
18.
with Grit. Okay, that passes. Grit, you're muted as well.
28.
Today on that.
28 will pass. Calvin, you will fail.
Am I falling into the water?
That's a great question. Even or odd? Actually, no. Just make an acrobatics check for me.
Sure. 16. No, 15 plus a lot.
Yeah. So you're able to push yourself against the railing and kind of use it as you fall to kind of hold yourself a little bit, so you don't get tossed over.
It's okay. I was ready to go over my winged boots, and apparently they are on all the time. So even if I start falling, I can just kind of
Click your
Stop.
heels together. And fly. Gotcha.
doesn't even take an action.
Yeah, as long as you can only use 10 minutes of flying, right? That's
4
what it is?
hours.
No,
4
it's at
hours.
4
Jesus.
hours and then it recharges.
Jesus,
Yeah.
4 hours. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
It's okay.
10 minutes, only in my dreams. I'm thinking of the spell fly.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, that will bring us past the sharks and bring us back to Rowan.
Okay. I will attack the shark again.
Attack Le Shark.
Le Shark.
Recklessly.
I didn't know these sharks were from France.
Yeah, they're all friends of Sangfroid.
Checked out. That guy
Alright.
was shifty.
17 to hit.
That'll hit. Another 12 and a 6, 32 damage.
4 plus 3.
So, alright, so 23.
Oh man, you are human. Okay.
No, she's halfling.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Alright, second attack.
Second attack. 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
9 plus 10 to 19.
All right. So with that one, as you go back through, you just get like a deep cut under its neck, and then you fall through from the other side. And as you do, you can see the head just kind of begins to lop forward, and it'll also drift into the deep unknown.
Is dead.
I'm very interested that these sharks are definitely just attacking a piece of wood instead of going off to eat their friends. They're clearly not
I mean,
hungry.
they're speaking gibberish, so something is wrong.
I fly to the next one.
All right. You move yourself to whichever one you wish to go for next. And with that, Calvin, you're up.
I will do the knife thing.
You're gonna get up first.
Yes, I'll get up first. I'm not like moving at all, so getting up is simply eating up a move action that I'm not utilizing. 13.
To hit?
Yeah.
That just hits.
Awesome.
You have it covered. Their AC is 13.
17 and a 19 on the second attack roll, so that hits.
So
All
what's the
right,
damage
first
on
attack.
All right. What's the damage on that first one?
Not great. 10, 20, 25 on the first.
All right, as you take that shot, the bullet just goes in through the hole from the knife wound through the eye and just comes out the other end, and its form just lifeless begins to drop and just levitate in the water.
Okie doke. Then I will use the last 15 feet of my movement to
move out. All right. Did you want to do anything else?
let me just look at that.
You still have your bonus action.
That's what I'm double checking because I did dual attack, but I think that's just part of the bracers. Okay, yeah, then I will dash.
All right, go right ahead. Move yourself some more. And with that, Temper, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to make my way the rest of the way towards the bad hole.
Okay.
Is there more material on this part of the ship to use, or was everything just brought to that original problem spot?
So a lot was brought to that initial problem spot. There's definitely material here that could be used or repurposed. In this regard, this is closer to like where the beds are on this side, while where like your sleeping quarters and everything are. You could easily refabricate some of that, if you so desired.
Are there any like crates or anything like that?
Yeah. There's a lot of different form of material. Some of it is used for storage, but it's not that you couldn't use it, but that whatever it was containing, whether it be fruits or meat. There we go. All right. So sorry about that. I am back and I am reconnected. But Temper, what were you wishing to do?
Okay, so you said that there were beds on this side of the ship?
The cots. The
bunks?
cots. Mhm.
As like a bonus action, can I get the bedding off of the frames so that I can use the frames to patch the wall?
Now the frames aren't wood; they are cots that are
Oh,
attached
they're like
via
metal
rope.
framed cots.
Well,
Got it.
they're not even metal framed. Like they are just it is just fabric that's being held like via some very loose wood and some other material. Like it's just like they're attached to the ceiling and it's mainly like rope and hook.
Oh, okay, I
Hmm.
got you.
Yeah.
So they're
Almost
weird
like a hammock,
hammock cots.
Yes,
but
they are.
more,
Yeah.
but less swingy.
Yeah, because it's like one end is attached to the wall, the other one is just like there's two hooks that come down that hold it. So yeah. So they
Okay,
yeah.
misunderstood.
Yeah. So
Okay, but you
very
said there
very
were
simple
some
fabric.
crates.
Yeah. If you were to use if you were able, if you use fabricate on it, you could absolutely do so. But of course, all the material on the inside would come spilling out.
If I can try and find a crate that seems like not a barrel full of liquid, but a crate full of solid objects, fruit or whatever
Yeah,
that's not.
you'd be able to do so.
And then I'll lay my hands on it and cast fabricate to dismantle the crate and throw it up against the wall in a similar makeshift. And if I can take some of the fabric from the cots to mix in like I did on the other one as well to kind of just give it some strength and bonding.
Gotcha. You're able to do so. It takes up about half the room's worth of cots. As you also then dismember two barrels full of oranges as they spill out to the ground, hitting the ground like tennis balls, and then start rolling all along the ship deck. A good like dozens upon dozens of oranges just let loose upon the beneath the deck. So with that, you do so. The wood and the metaling around the barrel begins to dismember. It all begins to form and interweave a pattern. The cloth lays first. You can see it like go out like through the needle, spread itself then, let the water pressure push it back, helping to prevent the water from seeping into the hull as your new lattice work from these barrels begins to lay into place and attach itself into the wall as your fabricate spell helps to repair that damage to the hull.
Cool.
All right. That brings us back to the top of the round. The men have grabbed the rope that you have harpooned into one of these giant sharks. Will you be joining with them on the pull grit, or will you be doing something separate?
I'm gonna help them with the pull.
All right. You will do the same thing as beforehand. Make an athletics check with 3 rolls.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I needed to look at that. Stop it. Okay. It was a 9, and then a 9, and then a 12.
All right. It's going to make an opposed check. You will make no headway in pulling it any further.
Boo.
It's a tough fish to reel on in, that's for sure. All right, Ori, with that you are up. Your prey, you can see its limpless, lifeless meat form just in front of you and beginning to just hover upon the waters as if you're keeping up with the ship, you will begin swimming past.
So I have an intelligence of 1. Would I realize that there are sharks on the other side?
You have you have awareness, enough of awareness to
Okay.
kind of know your surroundings. I understand that polymorph really reads like you take control of everything and you have their mental stats. I kind of like to play it more like halfway in between.
Well,
Whereas
there's
like
blood in the water from those sharks, so the
true,
shark would recognize that.
yeah, because it's like at the same point you'd either eat the shark that just died, or you'd go after those. But you still have some recognition, some basic programming that you put in there yourself of what your objectives were. What that programming exactly is, of course, dependent upon you. But I like playing it in this kind of in between where you're not as animalistic as that beast, but nor are you as intelligent into the level of sentience as you were as yourself. You're a mixture of in between.
You're smart enough to still know you cast a spell on yourself in order to dispel
Yes.
it. So
You know that you're not truly a shark, but a thing as a shark.
yeah.
I'm going to then go down. 1, 2,
And you can swim under the ship, of course.
Oh, fuck.
You're a shark. You can go under.
2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. I guess I'll dash.
Okay. All right. So with your large form, you dive a little bit more under the ship as you just kind of weave your way further. Your eyes set on a new prey for your jaws to claim.
I'm
Your
gonna
teeth
yell
to
out,
sink
I'm here
into.
to fuck you up, shark.
In bubble language, Aquan, you say such words as these sharks kind of just beady-eyed and that kind of long, mouthy look they have just seems to keep staring on. Man, the fact that your camera picked that up so awkwardly, your finger like turned into a complete and total blur doing that. It was honestly mesmerizing.
I saw it too.
Like it was like man, I am 5.
I mean, I'm the one that did that as Aquan, so
Yes, that is bubble language.
Yeah.
All right. With that, Ori, you're complete. The sharks are up. With that, this other shark's gonna try and break free. Steven, if you can, you get 3 more athletic rolls. As it's gonna
Alright,
try
let's
and
go.
break free.
Trying to
Dear
get out.
Lord,
to break
they've
free.
gotten the same fucking roll for every single time they've done this.
I want to break.
Well, they're getting free because I got a 12.
Okay, yeah, they got a 24 again, so it's gonna break free.
It actually broke free.
And with that, it's gonna swim up towards this other shark. Because it's not sure what friend or foe is, and well, its Aquan isn't so good right now. All right, and the other one is gonna go back to attack. And the other one, actually, hey Ori, even or odd?
Odds, always odds.
Okay, it is going to attack the ship again.
Oh, I wanted it to attack me.
Why, Ori? Why?
Because
I'm a shark. I'm here to fight.
Also, can we just talk about how I didn't realize how beautiful Ori was until she got blown up real big.
And so she became a giant woman.
Giant woman. She's gorgeous.
Yep.
I love it.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Ori.
If you're into pretty women, I guess.
I'm into like most women. Let's be real.
All right, conversation for a different time. But the shark beneath Rowan, you'll see ram against the ship once more, further splintering the wood and damaging the hull. That timber you just replaced. You can already see it beginning to take water on again as it lands another solid hit, dealing 27 points of damage. With that, that will bring us to Rowan, followed up by Calvin.
Time to kill this thing. All right. Reckless.
Make the attack.
All right. That's 26.
Okay.
2 plus 4.
All right.
6 and 16.
So 22 damage.
And then we make our second attack. Hoya.
Hoya.
16 plus 12. Is something, but I know it
28 hits, yes.
12 plus 10.
All right, 22 damage. Dear Lord, you have rolled more 12s in a D12 than I think anyone I've ever known.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, you go up to it and you just get a deep cut along its back tail, and just take a chunk out of it. As you can see it kind of loosely, like a chunk of its back meat, just loosely flapping in the water. The blood just spilling out, and it is now a bloodied giant shark. And with that, Calvin, you're up.
all right, and she swooped away. I am. going to hide under our resident giant lady and throw knives at the shark she's engaging.
I think just for image purposes, we're going to move her one more.
Oh, that's going to miss. That's an 11.
An 11 will miss.
But 17 does not, so it's okay. As long as I land one of the two, it's fine.
Yeah, the image I shared to the group chat.
38.
Dear Lord. 38, damn. All right, that's your biggest hit yet. All right, so you just get a dagger and you throw it to it. It opens up. You see it's opening up its mouth just to attack some more, and the dagger just goes in between. It hits into the roof of its mouth. And you see it thrashing around. You can only imagine it's just making its own injury worse.
Or it would if the dagger was still there.
That's true. It will dissipate. Temper, you are up.
I'm going to just kind of sigh in resignation that all these damn holes keep popping in this damn ship.
Welcome to being a shipwright.
Yep. And I'm going to. I assume there's more crates and cots left in this room.
Yes, you can dismember more aspects of storage and sleep if you like.
I'm going to do that because you can't eat food or sleep if the ship is underwater. So.
Very, very true. All right, you further dismember parts of the ship and parts of its storage in order to reinforce this hole that keeps getting bludgeoned in. With that, Grit, you are back up, and it is your turn. The men have reeled back in the harpoon. And you are muted, Grit, just FYI. It's hard to talk to us if you.
Of course I am.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that assumes he wants to talk.
The voice that Grit woke up with this morning was a mine.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'm gonna throw the harpoon at the shark again.
Throw away.
That is a 17.
That'll hit. Roll your damage.
All right. That is a 9 damage total.
All right, 9 damage. All right, you have it up, and you can go ahead and make an athletic check with your utilizing the remaining attacks and bonus action you would have. You can go ahead and make those 3 athletics versus its strength.
Yeah, come on. Good. An 18.
All right, it got a 9. So with that, you will be able to hoist it out of the water.
Nice.
All right, and then that's going to bring us to Ori. So Ori, the shark that was right before you is now, as you look up, is dangling like fresh bait above the surface of the water. Of course, there is quite a bloodied shark behind you as well.
I'm going out. There's more blood, so priorities.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
That hits.
All right.
That's 18 damage.
18 damage.
Just.
All right, you take another chompy bite out of this one.
Going after the tail.
All right, and with that, it'll bring it to the sharks. This shark, now realizing you're not an ally, is going to attack you.
Bring it.
You'll take 30 points, 29 points of piercing.
I am bloodied.
All right, you are bloodied as a giant shark. I need you to make a DC 15 concentration.
I do not.
Okay, so in that moment, as it takes its chomp out of you, you will revert back to Ori. Which you are then no longer bloodied, because you are back to your standard health. But you are now underwater with this shark, and no longer able to move at the same speed of the ship as you have been, as you are back in your form.
Cool.
Yep. And hopefully you can swim.
No, I have wizard shut.
Rowan, you are up. With that, you'll see another shark just immediately vanish as you will see Ori just kind of suddenly appear in the water.
Oh shit, I guess she was a shark. I'll say to myself.
Oh my god, she was a shark!
And then
All right.
I'll dive bomb the sharky again.
Go ahead, make your attack.
Reckless. 21.
All right, 21. Roll your damage.
2 plus 6 plus 16.
All right, you go into that one. You just get a good cleave directly into its head as it just kind of sinks in, and you can feel its form just fall limpless on the edge of your axe. You pull it out, and the form just begins to drift past the ship in its form. And you can still move and attack if you like with your second attack.
All right, I want to move to this new sharky.
Which is in the air. You do have advantage.
Oh, it's in the air.
Yeah, they've reeled it up out of the water. So
I don't know how to do that. All right, I have advantage.
You have advantage.
She already did because of reckless.
Yep, but no, she actually gets to use it.
Double advantage.
23 hit.
23 will hit. Roll your damage.
4 plus 10, 14.
All
I swear
right.
to God, if she said 12 again.
As you cut directly into its belly and making it bloodied. All right. And with that, Calvin, you're up.
All right, I am going to yeet my dag. Wait, are they within melee?
That one is not within melee yet. It's been reeled out of the water. It has not been pulled high enough to be able to reach
Okay,
the deck.
then I
But
will
you
yeet my
can-
daggers with advantage.
Go ahead.
That will hit. Second one will also hit. So first, meh. 29 damage on the first hit,
All right.
and 5 damage on the second.
Okay, and Temper, you are up. There's no more ship damage there's damage, right? But there's nothing else that's immediately pressing of like, we are going to fucking die.
Okay, now that it seems like things are at least under control, I'm going to make my way towards the ladder to go back upstairs. So I don't know where roughly on the map I would need to go.
That's gonna be in either this location or this location. Either the Great Sushi here is the way you go.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'll go there with my movement, and then as a bonus action on the way, I'm grabbing an orange.
You can dash. You can use your dash in order to make your way all the way up.
Yeah. I'm just as a bonus action, I'm grabbing an orange for all my hard work.
You absolutely can.
And then I'm going to use my dash action to climb the ladder to get up to the top deck.
All right, and you will be able to make it on top deck. You will see a line of ship hands, some that you're the ones you sent up here, who are all like heave-hoing a rope, with Grit leading at the front of the entire pack. You'll see Calvin leaning over the edge with daggers in his hands. You'll see just
no daggers in his hands.
Oh yeah, well no daggers in his hands, but his hands up like he's about to throw something that's not there.
Yeah.
And of course you'll see Rowan and Snaggletooth just howling over, their eyes looking lower, which you can only imagine is a shark that's hanging off the edge or at the base of the water line.
Gotcha.
Actually, no, because he'd see the shark hanging up. Okay, he's the
I'd
only one who has
see the
shark
rope
tag.
hanging anyway.
But he doesn't see the
Not
shark
the
just yet. With that, Grit, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna break away.
Shark enthusiasts.
Yeah, I just want to make sure this is back up and running again.
If Gail's watching, we're going to get a sternly worded letter
Does the
about.
stream completely go down whenever you disconnect, Bo?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, because his computer disconnects
Because
from the internet.
it's what's happening is my computer is just randomly 100% disconnecting from the internet. Like I just go, because all that I have to do is I just literally click on the internet icon and it just and I just hit connect. Like that's all I have to do. It's just randomly kicking me off of our internet provider, our internet service.
Sounds like a driver issue.
And maybe it is. Oh yeah, we're back to 6. Thanks, guys. Glad to have you back. Thank you for watching and tuning in. We love you. Um, anyway, Grit. I was making rolls. That's right. I was making rolls to see if they are able to pull the shark up any further, which they will get an 18. The shark will get a 20, which means that there will be no additional gaining. So the shark is hanging about 10 feet beneath the base of the deck.
I'm gonna jump up the side of the ship, and
Okay.
I'm gonna punch the shark.
All right, so he's gonna jump down like onto the water and just pop.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and
All
make
right.
these swings.
If any of this hits, sounds great, but I got hit. So first attack, that is gonna be a 20 to hit.
20 will hit. You have advantage on all these, of course.
Oh, well, let me see if I can. No, that is 12 damage.
All right.
Second strike.
Are you changing the element type for any of these?
They're all gonna be electricity.
All right, cool. Little shocks and just ripples of just like the little electric bolts going on his body. Just it shakes with the jolts that run through it.
So 26 for the second hit.
Okay.
And that is 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use.
You still have an offhand before flurry of blows.
Can't.
Oh no, you don't. You get extra attack, right?
I do have extra attack, but you can't use. Offhand attack is a bonus action. Fury of Blows is also a bonus
action. Gotcha. Okay.
But I am going to use Fury of Blows.
Okay. Cool.
To get 2 more offhand attacks.
All right.
So that is a 26.
That'll hit.
That is 11 damage.
How do you want to do it?
Hey.
Just like so, as I'm falling, I'm in quick succession landing blows on the shark, lightning shooting out of my fists with every connection, and towards the last one, it just plows the shark into the water and water sprays up everywhere. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement. I'm pretty sure that I can
just run back up the side of the ship.
Yep.
You can
just
do
run
that,
right
yeah.
back up the side of the ship.
All right. So you just jump off the ship. Your feet just plant on the water as if solid ground, and you just give like a boom, boom, and with the third one, the electricity that ripples off the attack just shocks throughout his body, and you kind of get this downward turn as you kind of twist your fist into its rubbery hide, and its tail just like rips out the harpoon as you knock it back into the water. Its form just beginning to just dismantle as you then just turn and just run back up the side of the ship and back onto the deck as its form just falls into the deep dark oceans beneath. All the crew members looking at you just kind of stunned and amazed, watching you both just run up the ship vertically and stand on water. They are going to just immediately, all of them are going to just immediately start cheering and just like, yeah, just getting each other pumped and excited for the fact that these mighty beasts have been slain and the ship has been saved. And with that, we will break combat.
How far away am I from you, Rowan?
I don't know. I was about to ask if I could dive down and pick up Ori.
Yes, you can, because with with her and how fast the ship is moving, the ship is starting to move past her.
I was gonna say you have to pick her up. She's a few clicks back that way.
Yeah, so you can swoop down easily enough and grab her out of the water.
That's what I will do. I will rescue Ori.
All right, Ori, as you look up, you will see Rowan diving down on Snaggletooth, extending a hand out for you to take in order to be swooped out of the coursing waters as of course, water around the ships are kind of beating you about.
It's because she's pretty, isn't it?
Instead of putting my hand out, you're going to hear, I'm going to do what's the spell called? Oh no, I'm on the spot. Misty Step.
Okay, and you're just gonna as a bonus action teleport 50 feet onto the ship.
Onto.
Okay, so as you reach down to grab for her, you see her form just kind of get enveloped into mist, and then you feel a weight and a form press behind you on Snaggletooth.
Oh.
Hi,
For a split second, you thought you lost her. That she just turned him.
I was like, what? No. And then I will take Ori and we'll go back to the boat.
All right. You come around and get back onto the ship. After all these, a lot of the cheering, and when you land, a lot of them are coming. They're like patting you on the back. They're shaking a bit. They're celebrating this victory that they've had against these random shark attack. And immediately Captain Nemi is like, all right, so do this, do that, go assess the damage. Let's make sure that everything is working well and make sure that we can get what we need repaired. Our poor beauty, she took a lot of damage. We need to make sure that we get taken care of and that she will be keep going and taking us to where we need to go from here and on forward. They all keep on cheering as they all immediately scatter back to their duties.
I'm going to go try to get close enough to the captain to speak to her.
You find yourself at the base of the stairs that lead up to the helm. As you call out for her.
Is she super busy organizing things, or now that she set people to their tasks, she's just? Does she have a moment?
As you address her, she will kind of look at you, and she will nod at someone else who will take over the helm, and she will just kind of jubilantly hop onto the railing and then jump over to the nearest mast and use it to slide down like a fireman's pole.
All right. I'll look at her and say, "Are such attacks common?"
Oh, no, not at all. That was really strange, actually.
All right. That's what I was afraid of. You run into these giant sharks frequently in other capacities?
I've seen them around, but never actually bothering us or anything like that. You know, they're just natural denizens of the oceans and of the seas. So I don't think much of it. But I've never seen them, one, travel in such groupings, or two, attack a ship, and then three, do it as a coordinated assault. It's all, well, it's all new to me.
Thank you.
But there has been some word. You see her kind of kick her feet at the ground a little bit as her ears kind of downturn, just kind of more in thought. I've been hearing a lot of tales when I was back at the dock and some other location we've been, that the closer we get to Luskan, the weirder the waters get. They were saying things like dolphins were killing people and that the ocean was going mad up there.
Yeah, it was really weird. The sharks weren't really speaking a language. They were just muttering weird stuff. Normally when I turn into animals, I can understand them.
Sharks speak a language?
They speak shark language.
Oh, I don't know shark. That's interesting.
Hey, Bo.
Mm-hmm.
In Grit and I's travels, did we ever happen to have any kind of weird on the seas situations? Because we would have passed by Luskan.
You never would have passed by Luskan.
Right? Is it?
But
is it more? Is it north of?
Yes, Luskan is the farthest north large city.
I thought it was in between here and there. Sorry, I misunderstood.
So your experience with Luskan was pretty limited. So you're not sure. This is news to you.
Okay, but in like we were at Neverwinter previously. We didn't have any issues when we were on the seas going there at that time.
When you left from there heading towards Chol, you experienced no issues. That being to different video clips.
Oh.
So I'm actually gonna probably have to get an editor in order to connect everything and make sure this all is in there correctly, which is gonna be a nightmare. But let's just hope that doesn't happen. And we have smooth sailing on the high seas of the internet.
Quick.
She did there.
Quick,
Yeah,
somebody toss some gold to Umberly.
Yeah, the bitch queen is doing this.
We did.
While we're conversing about this,
You're just like tossing like gold coins over the edge.
Just the one. It's a token gesture, but
Gotcha.
That's what made her mad in the first place. You got cheap there, Waterson.
Yeah. But within your travels since you were last leaving Neverwinter, that was 4 to 6 months ago, you had not heard stories or were not familiar with stories, nor experienced any odd Aquan travels.
Got it. That's what I figured. Just wanted to clarify.
Perfectly fine. Totally understandable.
But yeah, I mean, if you're coming, because Temper was far away from that conversation with you and the captain. So if you want to,
I would have shouted
if you
him
want
over.
to approach him, he's just leaning against the other mask, peeling his orange.
Yeah, I would have been like Temper, and tried to wave you over.
He would begrudgingly make his way over there slowly as he continues to peel.
Thank you, Temper. Have you heard of any strange attacks during your travels on your way from Luskan to here?
None that we experienced. All of our sailing these last few months has been pretty smooth sailing.
Any tales that you've heard in ports?
I mean, you hear about sea monster attacks and things like that, but I thought that's what that fucking holiday was for. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, well,
I take
sharks-
it sharks don't normally do that.
no.
Well, they did a number on the ship.
And they were focused on the ship. So
Yeah.
coordinated attacks like that seems like we've been targeted or we ran into some sort of trap of sorts, a patrol. I have no idea what might do that.
Sounds like I need to go down below deck and see what the damage is done. Oh.
I minimized it as much as I could, but she's gonna need work.
Captain, let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Yeah.
Anything I can do to help.
Yeah. Yes. Ori.
You said not to use fireballs because it might hurt the ship, and I didn't use a fireball.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'll have to see. I'll let you know. I mean, this is what we're here for. This is what we do. We can take care of our sweet gal here. That's for sure. But we'll have to assess the damage. And I was hoping not to stay too long in Neverwinter, but well, that might change. We may be staying a little bit longer in Neverwinter. You might actually have a ship back if you wanted it.
Let me know what you think the repairs might cost.
Oh,
I'll see what I can do to assist.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. She's just very taken aback by your kindness. Her form, like, softens up. She just wasn't expecting
It's
a grand gesture as such.
I can't make promises because my war chest is starting to get a little thin. But do let me know. I'll see what I can do.
That must be a first for you.
And she nods and she kind of immediately bounds off and just slides down the ladder to see the damage and the repair.
Really, it's only been in the last year or so that I've been able to start making a return on my investments in the tavern and turn them towards other ends.
Good thing that's not where your money has always come from.
And if you recall, I try to lean on my family's finances as little as I possible.
I don't recall much. It was a long time ago.
Lucky you.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go check on my ship. And I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to go check on my ship. That's this size. To make sure it didn't get knocked over and isn't damaged.
I'm going to put my hands on my hips. Man, Temper sure does have a temper.
I can't imagine where he got the name.
Yeah, always did.
Your miniature model is perfectly fine. Unshaken, no shark bites.
I breathe a small sigh of relief to myself.
Just one little shark bite inside the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Little shark attacks from little sharks.
That's just what Temper's going to do tonight before he goes to bed. Is just reenact the whole sequence.
Just great little shark. And he's like, ah, rah, 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 rah.
Yep. I'm just going to keep blowing fabricate spells to make little shark figurines.
It was funny. I was actually reading all about that spell earlier today. Such a wonderful spell.
Yeah, it's a good spell to have in an instance like this.
No kidding.
Absolutely. All right. So the rest of you are above deck. We see a lot of people just kind of moving, keeping the ship sailing. The atmosphere has lightened considerably.
I want to go up to Rowan.
Yeah.
Thank you for saving me. My knight in shining armor. I want to give you a little punch on the shoulder.
Everyone's gonna say, "Well, you're welcome." Of course.
So, I'm curious, how did you get the name Half-Heart? Is that a birth-given name, or...
She's gonna smile at you and show her pointy teeth and say, "Well, it's because I eat hearts, of course."
Oh, that's scary. How many hearts have you eaten?
Just half of one.
Haven't really counted, but a lot, enough.
It really only takes the one to earn the name.
You don't happen to break a lot of hearts too, do you?
What?
Well,
I break them with my axe.
oh, okay. Well, that's good. I didn't know if a knight in shining armor saves a lot of damsels in distress.
I save a lot of people.
Well,
It's my job.
It's very nice of you.
It's what I like to do.
Did you see me be a shark, though?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you turned into you again because I might have attacked you.
Yeah, that wouldn't have felt good, but I would have understood.
I didn't really realize you had turned into one.
Well, I yelled that it was time for shenanigans and hijinks. I should have been a little bit more explicit.
I really wasn't paying attention. I just flew up there and started attacking the sharks.
Yeah, that's good. Man, we really did a lot. I couldn't talk to them. It's really weird. I got brushed off by the others, but normally when I turn into an animal, I can talk to the other animals.
Well, that seems weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we should probably start keeping an eye out for things.
Like more sharks?
Maybe something even scarier. Maybe a kraken.
Oh, that might be fun. Do you think krakens have tasty hearts?
I don't know. But if it happens again, or the next time we fight sharks, I'm definitely going to grab a heart for you.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
How about that? If you can promise to save me when I'm in distress, I will grab hearts for you.
Rowan's gonna reach out to give you a high five.
I'm going to kind of reach down and high five you back.
Deal. Hearts, 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 hearts. Rowan kind of marches off with Snaggletooth singing hearts, 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 hearts.
Snaggletooth kind of marches to the same beat.
Hearts, 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 hearts.
I was selfishly hoping that Ori would maintain her shark form until we'd killed all the other sharks, just so Temper could come above deck and go, "Oh fuck, a shark!" and just attack. But it didn't quite work out that way.
Yeah, it was a 1 in 4 on me losing concentration.
Yeah. Well, and you were taking a bunch of hits, so I mean,
Well,
chances are you were gonna, pop out just from damage as well.
Yeah.
Next time.
All right, so what's everyone doing?
I wanted to go find the person who is in charge of ship repairs and just offer my services if there's anything I can do to help, do any more repairs before we make landfall again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do kind of the same. Only I'm not actually helping do anything because this is not. I don't know. Not my wheelhouse. So I'm doing things like holding extra nails and handing people things and just.
You're doing one of those things where you want to be helpful, and then somebody takes you up on it, and you're like, "Oh crap!"
No, he's
don't know
very
what I'm
specific.
doing.
I don't have any skill. Literally, he's being a gopher,
Yeah.
just trying to facilitate.
All right. So you're introduced to the just like the commanding ship, right? Just in the aspect of repair, an older human man with like a dark caramel skin color, age definitely one of the oldest people on this ship. His age showing in his very the salt and peppery mustache and his hair that is shaved down, but you can tell that he's definitely balding, having missing patches of hair upon his head, and he introduces himself as Willie.
Does he have one eye?
No,
Okay.
He's a bald Willie, though.
he's a balding Willie. There's a difference.
But yeah, so I'll work with Willie to offer any assistance of mending or a couple more fabricates if necessary. Or
Well, I appreciate that. He kind of gives you gives you some stuff to do, and he kind of gives you a bit of a team understanding of people to assist you in that endeavor.
I also very quietly apologize for destroying their beds and crates.
He laughs and he just well, don't you worry about that because those were yours. As you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, that's where we were sleeping.
Oh wait, it was?
Yeah.
Oh. I was under the impression we had like bunk bed beds. Not I wasn't thinking about them being like that. So when you described them, I was like, oh, this is where the crew sleeps.
Nope.
Damn
all the quarters are pretty evenly. No, you have like these suspended cots.
Fantastic. Temper definitely didn't think about that in the heat of the moment. Yeah, now he feels even more foolish.
Question then. Because I have my sea chest down there. Would that have Temper? Did that get caught up in your?
No, I found crates, not chests.
Yeah, he utilized barrels of oranges because now one of the things that a lot of the crew members are doing are trying to figure out where the fuck they're gonna put all these oranges.
Yep.
We have all these oranges, we just don't know where to put them.
Okay. And since that thought has occurred to me, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a thing real quick, Bo.
I'm gonna take 3 of the oranges and see if I can juggle them.
All right, make a sleight of hand check for me.
Sleight of hand?
For juggling, yeah.
Oh, well, I figured it was like acrobatics or something, but not that it matters. It's the same thing for me, but just caught me off guard. I thought maybe you were thinking I was trying to steal the oranges or something.
No.
That is 6.
You begin, you kind of throw one up, and as you throw it up, you kind of overthrow it, and you don't even catch that one. And then you're like, okay, let me do this again. And you kind of throw it up, and you kind of toss one over to the other hand. You're like, wait, that's not how you juggle, and then you catch it. And your brain just can't catch into the rhythm of how to juggle.
I'll sleep on it and try again tomorrow.
Ori's going to start a ritual cast.
All right.
I'm going to ritual cast Unseen Servant.
Okay. You'll be able to do so.
Yeah, I want to have my little servant kind of help clean things up a little bit. Not doing anything vaguely skilled, just cleaning up, tidying.
He helps to hold hold the oranges.
Yeah.
And pick them up. Oh. Hi, Ava.
Oh, I see an Ava face.
Like, just sitting right there.
In the background.
What you doing?
Hi.
Hi. Did you
I
guys
heard a
hear?
roo. I heard a roo.
You want us to be internet famous? Ava. Ava. Come on. Ava. Hey. Right here. All the way up. Come on. There we go. Look
Ow!
into the camera. Look
Right
into the
above her.
camera. Look, you're Twitch famous now, Ava. You're a husky. You're destined for fame. You're destined for glory. Nothing but
Aroo!
She backed out of there real quick after you just cuddled her to death.
Now Kaya's like, me too.
I know, right? Welcome to our husky D&D stream.
The best stream there is?
Dungeons and Doggos.
Yep. I have a poster of that thanks to JG.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So, does anyone else have any other conversations? Things they're looking to do before the evening begins to fall?
I'm gonna find Grit later in the evening. Whenever we get there.
Okay. Anyone else?
I have something to do before I go to sleep, but it's not until like right before bed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no, not really. Calvin is stewing in his own head as he's trying to figure out plots and permutations.
Oh, Ava.
And it just gets worse the later the day goes, as he starts running out of things to keep him busy.
All right. Then the evening will begin to set. And all of you will find yourself in different locations. Grit, you'll find yourself up on top side, just kind of looking out along the one of the banisters over the ocean. Or you can approach Grit at this time if you like.
Say, how did you learn how to run on water like that?
Sorry.
It's a family trait.
Sometimes like it's really hard to
Remember what your voice is?
yeah.
You were doing like a
figuring out how to
pirate
really
voice,
use
weren't
one.
you?
Huh?
You were doing like a pirate voice.
Yeah, kind of.
Back to the depths with you. That was what you said to the shark.
Yeah, that is what.
Back to the depths with you. You say that to Ori. It's the only thing you can actually say. But the inflection of how you say it is
Changes.
differently. It's just the Groot thing, but with that phrase.
Do you fear ghosts? No, I can't. Well, I guess if you're running really quickly. No, I'm messing with you. It's martial arts.
Oh.
I've trained for a long time.
What do you think? Do you think I could be a good martial artist? Flexing her biceps, which are it's nothing.
Oh, I mean, martial arts isn't all about brute strength.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I've never really met anyone that works like you.
Oh,
How did you learn this?
sorry. My internet cut out for a second, completely cut off what you were saying.
Oh, sorry. I said no, I've never met anyone who fights quite like you do. Where did you learn this?
Well, it's a tradition that's been passed down in my family for many, many generations. I and my brothers all knew, all practice this form of martial arts. And hard to explain, but it's not something we'd be willing to teach to outsiders.
No, that's fine. I have my own interests. Just curious. You seem very skilled to be just a bodyguard.
Well, my skills lie where it will make me the most coin, so those are the ones I use.
I'm gonna insight that.
Good, they're not onto a secret love affair yet.
I'm working on it.
We noticed.
Quit judging me. That's a 12.
That interpretation is completely up to you, Grit, if you feel like there's any additional information gleaned from what you said. Or from your mannerisms or anything like that.
So, you insight check what I had
What you said about
said,
the
or
reason you were
about not being willing.
Your audio.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's not just like I have the same problem with you guys. I don't know what it is. It's like my computer, whenever the fan starts spinning, the audio stops working.
Oh. Well, you're good now.
It's this laptop. It's really, really old. I don't have a camera, so. I mean, I'm being 100% honest when I tell you that.
Okay.
All my skills, yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you have any longer term plans after you finish your contract with Temper?
Well, I have been looking for my brothers. That has seemed to have taken me quite a ways around the world. So I can't find them. My contract with Temper, I will be looking for them afterwards.
I might be able to help you with that. I can't do it today, but I do have a way to see what others are doing. If you would like for me to do that for you tomorrow.
I think I overheard you talking with someone about that. Something about scrying.
Yeah. Because I've never seen them, it would not a very high chance of it working, but I mean, I might be able to glean something.
And just what would you want from me in exchange?
Nothing.
What are you doing on Valentine's Day?
You've been very helpful towards us. You know, you very well might have been what tipped the tide on saving the ship. It's fine.
I don't have a very good running with magic. And I don't quite trust it.
Well, to be fair, I don't really trust it much either. Anyone who says they understand it very rarely truly does. Those who kind of understand it are pretty upfront about it. But I already have all the components. It doesn't cost me anything at this point to cast it. I'm happy to do it for you.
So, I would save it for now. I don't think you're going to be able to glean any more information than what I already have.
Okay. Well, if you ever change your mind, I'll always have it prepared for you.
I will keep that in mind.
Awkward pause. And then Ori's going to start, she's going to make a cast minor illusion and make a little cobalt that looks like you doing cool moves.
Cute.
All right.
Oh, I think Temper's calling me. And Ori's going to scamper off.
No, I wasn't.
Shut up, Temper.
All right, so they scamper off, Grit leaving you on the banister of the ship. If there's nothing else, then we will retire for the night, and that'll lead us to Temper, who had something to do before they slept.
I false alarm. Don't have it prepared, so never mind.
All right. Well, then we will move on to the next day. Whose turn is it to roll?
I think I got a sharks.
I got us the day where we gained a gained a day.
And I believe JG rolled and got a clear day of travel.
It's either Steven or Virginia.
So
I'll roll the damn dice. What am I rolling?
a D10.
D10.
Show me potato salad.
With raisins.
No, take your bland ass potato salad and your raisins. Get the hell out of here.
Keep your blind ass potato salad to yourself.
I'm glad this. 5? It'll be another clear day of sailing.
Yeah.
Boo!
Did you want more sharks?
Actually, I'm still holding out for the Kraken.
All right.
God, we would be so toast.
Unless there's
The boat would be toast. We would be fine. You and I can fly.
For 4 hours.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I just meant in the fight with the Kraken. We could do okay against the Kraken. I'm just after that. Yeah, we would drown eventually.
All right. On day 5, as it is clear sailing and there will be no complications or issues, was there anything that people wanted to do?
Yes.
All right.
Before bed on this day, since I can prepare the correct spell, I would like to take the time to cast Commune.
Okay. You absolutely can.
It's been a while since we've had a chat. So the 3 questions I would like to ask are it's yes or no questions. So is Gerlaxle responsible for the sharks?
Okay.
I mean, it's one of those things where it doesn't have to be a yes or no. It can be very much like unclear.
Yeah. So you ask your first question. You find yourself into a moment of peace. You take a deep breath in, and you find yourself within. You feel heat rising around you, a familiar heat, like that out of a forge. Deep in your mind, you can hear the clanging of a hammer and the quelching of metal within with the hot metal hitting water. And you ask your question, speaking a little bit out loud into the ether in order to be heard over the other clanging of metals and hammers. And you just kind of hear a voice back in Dwarven that pauses. The work comes to a gentle conclusion, or an abrupt conclusion, really. And just in Dwarven you hear, well, no. but yes.
Okay.
As the hammer begins to get back to work.
Okay. So there's a connection. So that's information. My second question will be, is the man we seek currently in Neverwinter?
And for clarification, we say the man you seek.
Or Neverember.
You're talking Daggle, yeah.
Yeah.
Without missing a beat, no work interrupted use here. Yes.
Okay, good. And then last, I'll take a longer pause in between this question and the last than I did the first two, and I'll ask, are my friends safe? Or I'll for the purposes of this, I'll be more specific. Are my friends in Luskin safe?
Whatever. Anyway, so you ask your final question in regards to your friends in Luskin and if they are safe. You hear the hammer stop working, and you hear it gently being placed down onto an anvil. Some.
You have other friends?
A large pit grows in my stomach upon hearing that answer before the sounds and sensations of the forge leave me.
Mm-hmm. You wake back, you kind of come back into realization of your current scenario. You notice you have a few beads of sweat as if you were in the forge yourself, a familiar just water that trickles down your brow as you kind of readjust to no longer communing.
Yeah. Upon gaining that information, I'm going to go above deck and just kind of find a quiet spot and just kind of look out over the ocean towards the in the direction of where the coast would be at. We may not be able to actually see it where we are, but considering we're heading north, it's pretty easy to look to
the west.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
East. Look to the east. God, I'm really bad at that.
Nemi would bound over to you. First moving, kind of noticing, then picking up on your mood, she'd walk over, and she just kind of rested her hands against the railing of the ship, kind of just like gently like stroking it as if it was a dog. She says, "It's kind of amazing, right? Just that endless, vast blanket of blue."
It's something. Although I don't know how you stand to be on it for as long as you do. I've been traveling more these last few months than I have my whole life, and I miss solid ground under my feet.
Well, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I like being on the ocean. It's constant. It's moving. It's just life uninterrupted. You know.
Well, being on it these past couple of months has been the definition of an interruption every time, so you'll excuse me if I don't share the same sentiments.
Well, sure, things can happen that can interrupt your life. And there can be things that get in the way for what you want to do or anything like that. And that could be the sea, that can be a person, that could be any living thing. But the reason I like it is that it stays in constant motion, regardless of anyone else and what they want or what they don't want. It's kind of a reminder to me to do the same and to know. But she going back into it about the sea being constantly moving and a reminder for myself to be the same constantly, unerringly moving and being full of life, no matter what anyone else is ever doing. And understanding that, like the waves, I too will clash and crash with others, but I will not stop. I will not let that be my end. You, we all ebb and flow in different ways, but that's reassuring. Whenever you're pulled back, it is only so you can go forward.
So you're saying you're an arrow?
With no set direction and unable to fly in a zigzag pattern, but yeah, I guess so. If you think I am, I'll take that.
You'll excuse me, I tend to think of things very simply. But is there no one on land that misses you or that you miss when you're out here?
Oh,
No.
sure. I got family on land. I once had a lover on land. But this is what I want. This is where I want to be. This is what brings me to life, you know? Like, and not to say that they don't bring me happiness or joy, but they don't, those aren't the things that fulfill me. Those aren't the things that push me to be better or to do bigger things or that make my heart race and explode and only to pick up the pieces and rebuild it and then want to do it all over again. Being out here does that, and that's what I want. So sometimes those things they stay on the land. And I can go to the land if I feel so, and I do every once in a while. Change is good. Breaks are good. But the sea's my love. The Tidecaller is the vessel of my soul.
This love of yours did not share your fondness for the sea, I take it.
Yeah. Well, they didn't share my fondness for a few things. Well, things drift apart.
Now that is something I can sympathize with.
But they can sometimes drift back together too. It's weird, but it happens.
The world has strange currents, that is for sure.
And trying to figure out how they work is part of the fun.
I think I'll just stick to land.
Well, she kind of like looks at you, says, "You don't look like you're much for water anyway."
Doesn't agree with me.
Kind of figured.
Just
Well,
really does a number on my hair.
yeah, like, do you ever take a bath? Does your hair actually, like, how does that work?
I mean, it is hair. That was more of a joke.
Oh, well, sorry. You know what's really funny? I love the sea.
Not me, apparently.
Just 'cause you're
but-
funny. Ha 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 ha.
I'm going to excuse that pity laugh unless you continue on with what you were going to say.
So I love the sea and I love sailing. I don't actually like getting wet all that much.
You know, that is kind of a weird dichotomy for you.
It is. Like, there's moments where it's fine, I enjoy it and I like it, but it's like that feeling of when you're no longer in the water and you're outside the water and all your fur is just like, ugh. And you smell.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I have more hair on my body than you do. How does it make you feel?
You have not seen me without this armor on. You don't know.
She kind of pauses.
That was another joke.
But but you see her smirking at it, like just like the thought of it is making her giggle.
So you're saying if I were to just push you into the water right now, that would be a major inconvenience for you?
Probably for both of us, because then I would have to return the favor.
I mean, you'd be in the water. You wouldn't be able to return the favor.
You doubt me. The ship's on my side. Keep that in mind.
I don't know. I patched it up pretty well. I think it might be on mine now.
I mean, you know, she's very thankful. She's happy for what you've done. But
I mean, I can undo it if you'd like.
I mean, if you would hurt her so, then you know that's your choice. I can't change what you would want to do.
I'd sooner hurt your crew than the ship.
Oh, I already know that. She's like, I can see it all over everything else you have. You take a lot nicer care of your things than you do of the people around you. She kind of just like lets a little jab, and you can see her like smirk a little bit, just like it's just pumping her eyebrows at you.
Temper's just kind of a little taken aback. Did not expect to kind of get it back as much as he typically gives it. So he'll just kind of smirk in response, but not answer.
She'll look at you and be like, "It's a joke."
A mean one.
You seem like the kind of person who likes mean jokes.
That's true. Shouldn't you be driving the ship?
I'm sorry, Captain Temper? Is that your name?
I don't know. Did fixing the ship give me a promotion?
No, it just means you don't have to pay anymore.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Well, you have a good night, Temper. I have to go back to driving the ship.
I believe that is the term.
Your seafaring ways are it's amazing. It's impressive. It really is. It really is.
I have much experience now, so you know. If you ever need any pointers or anything, just let me know.
You will be my first source of knowledge when time strikes and storms hit. I give you my word.
That's going to be terrible for all of us.
But at least it'll be your fault.
I'm going to tell everyone it was you.
I mean, they're going to already think it was me.
Probably.
Captain. So she kind of heads off, but before she turns around, she says, "But really, thank you. You kind of, saved her, and in turn saved all of us." It's kind of sad that a lot of people may not recognize that. But I see it. I saw the work.
I don't do it for the recognition.
Doesn't mean you don't deserve it. And she'll take her leave.
And I'll stay up for a little while longer, just kind of admiring the breeze and since it's a nice clear day, the stars up above, and whenever tiredness overcomes me, I'll find my way downstairs and find a nice comfy place on the floor to sleep, since I destroyed my bed.
All right, which you'll be able to find some good rest for sure. In that regard.
Take a stack of oranges for a pillow.
All right. All right. And with that, does anyone else wish to do anything for the night, or will we head to day 6?
Thanks.
All right, Virginia, this is your roll.
Which is it?
A D10.
So you can't roll a 12 this time.
12!
I got 10.
Got a 10.
Kraken.
Crack.
Now, 10 was shark attack, so now it's just clear.
Boo!
So unless there's anything that
Second
anyone want to do
shark
on the
attack.
6th day, we'll go ahead and move to the 7th
You want
day.
me to reroll?
You want to roll for the 7th day? Because now we're back to the top, so we just need to
I
roll.
want to do something.
What do you want to do? What
We're
are you
just
looking
getting all these good days.
I'm going to find Grit
Mhm.
and like, hey Grit, I know what we talked about 2 days ago. Would it make you feel more comfortable if I scryed on someone else first? Would it make you more comfortable if you watched me scry? Maybe?
I mean, I don't know why you would want to spy on someone. I don't have anyone in mind.
It's really fun.
I think it's unnecessary at this point.
Maybe I'll scry on you. You don't know.
Well, please don't, but I feel like that would be a waste of time for you.
I'm going to lean in real close. And you'll never know. Just going to wink at you.
You are very odd.
Yeah. It's what you do when you grow up alone. Sounds like something you don't know much about, though.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm sorry to bother you. We're just going to kind of trudge off.
All right.
On that note, Temper's going to take some time to do 2 scrying spells.
Go right ahead.
On the 2 people he was asking about in Luskin.
All right. Which one do you want to scry on first?
The one I'm closer to first.
That'd be pretty risky.
It would be, but it's worth
All
doing.
right. And let's see.
It's DC 18. If it ends up mattering at all.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna go into whisper mode. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right. As you take a moment, you feel yourself leave your form and enter into the center of a forge. Exiting through the furnace, you feel like a wisp of smoke leaving. You apparate into Luskin, as you can see Risky, who is cleaning. She seems to be in the same halls that she was before, and which, from the looks of, attending to the same duties that she was doing prior. So, from the perspective, as you kind of watch over these few minutes, she seems to be maintaining the same lifestyle that she had prior.
She doesn't look beleaguered or haggard or injured or anything like that.
She doesn't look happy. She looks like she's working. She looks like she's kind of eyeing. So she looks like maybe she's a little nervous.
But she doesn't look like she's hurt or have been assaulted or anything. She doesn't look like she's necessarily in recent danger or something like that.
No, she
Okay.
looks like she is just working as per usual in
Gotcha.
that regard. And there's nothing more that you attribute to that. And then for your second scrying, who are you doing that on?
The second scry is on the other individual that helped me escape by giving me the ring.
Gotcha. As you cast the spell, the same, leaving again as like a wisp out of the billow, your ashen form travels, and as it travels and travels, and it finds no form to follow, and the spell will fade and just fizzle.
Okay.
No need to ruin anybody else's day.
Welcome back.
Whose day are you going to ruin?
I was just commenting about one of the things that has stressed me out about this campaign, the fact that Jorlaxel waved us goodbye.
I mean, he was just being a friendly citizen of Waterdeep.
Yeah, it was
A proper bon voyage like anyone watching a ship depart would do. It's completely harmless.
Yeah.
Maybe you just look too far into things.
I mean, yes. But
It doesn't mean you're wrong.
It's called
yeah, exactly. That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
All right. So unless anyone else is doing anything else on day 6, that'll bring us to day 7.
I want to scry on Grit.
Okay. Grit, if you will please make a wisdom saving throw.
When these wisdom saving throws occur, does it?
You couldn't give me one more day or one more level before you started scrying on me, could you?
Oh, you really want to have that fucking a bit?
I
You
get
get,
advantage on
yeah.
all.
Well, you don't get advantage. You get proficiency in all saving
Oh
throws.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
I think you already are proficient in wisdom, right?
No, I get advantage. I can use a key point to re-roll a failed
Oh,
save.
that's right. You get that as well.
Yeah. So wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
That is a 9.
Oh boy.
Hey, Grit, what you doing?
What time of day is it?
Well, Ori, what time of the day are you doing this?
Evening.
Evening. Are you doing this in a moment where you know where Grit is, or are you doing this in a moment where you don't know where Grit is?
I have no idea where Grit is.
All right.
Wait, you said evening? We've not rolled for this day.
That is true. We have not rolled for this day. So in this
So if
that's
it's
the
evening,
case.
we'd have to put it on hold.
I need someone other than Virginia to roll a d10.
I'll do it.
Taking your fate into your own hands.
That's a 7.
A 7?
Yep.
As the day begins, it is a gray morning. And as the afternoon begins to set in there like that, the skies have grown darker and darker, and the waters have become choppy and roiling. A storm is beginning to brew. Things are growing heavy and they're growing dark. And it looks, based on how it is and how Captain Nemi sees it, it is something that you will be going into within the night and throughout the next day. She, with many of the sails, rolls them up as you have slow travel. As she buttons down the ship and makes sure that there's more time reinforcing the damaged parts. Today's travel is slow. It is tedious, and it is bleak.
Fun.
So back to scrying on Grit.
Yeah. So Grit, it is a gloomy, There's like a certain smell in the air of a storm that's coming. Gloomy evening. You can be anywhere. Ori does not know where you are. Ori, where are you casting this?
I'm gonna be up in the crow's nest.
All right, Ori's up in the crow's nest.
So Grit is in the the sleeping area. I forgot what you called it earlier.
Quarters.
Yeah, the quarters, and he looks around and makes sure no one's directly looking at him, and then he pulls an orange out of his bag, and then he proceeds to slowly peel all the skin off the orange. And then meticulously eat each slice of the orange one bit at a time. And then look around again and toss the orange peel somewhere out of sight.
I was really hoping you were going to say, and then ate the orange peel as well.
I was actually really hoping for that as well.
I thought about it, but yeah.
All right.
Why would he peel it? Why would he even peel it?
That's
why
what makes
I
it so
wanted
great.
to do that.
Yeah.
It would just make no sense.
He was saving the best part for last.
That would be a okay.
The orange was his dinner. The peel, dessert.
That's the forbidden dessert. Okay, so you watch Grit for 10 minutes sneakily eat an orange as if it is somehow a thing he should not be doing.
It's not orange.
And then you see him just shamelessly throw the orange peel just aimlessly
Probably
somewhere on the lower deck.
When it ends, I'm going to crawl down from the crow's nest as excited as I can. I'm going to run down to the quarter, open up the door, arm extended. You eat oranges like a normal person, and then run away laughing.
All right, you've been accused of a heinous crime of eating an orange like a normal person.
Ori, how's that plan of sleeping with one of us going?
Pretty good.
Is this something that Rowan's asking in person? Please, let me.
Unlike me, unfortunately, Rowan is straight.
Oh, anyway.
Which is funny because she does not like men.
No, she has a bad history with men.
But to be fair, that's most straight women. So.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. Grit, are you doing anything to this bizarre event?
I'm just gonna stand there shocked, and then I'm gonna go find that orange peel and pick it up. And then dispose of it properly.
A scry used to guilt trip.
Congratulations, you are now somebody's dad. Truly, how every dad knows you touched their thermostat. They just scry on their thermostat.
I think this is the best use of the scry I've ever pulled.
Or he basically just burst into Grit's room and go, "Where did you get this? Who taught you how to use this?"
I learned it from you, Dad.
Oh my god. Anyway, anyone else doing anything on this seventh day?
Resting.
I want to do something.
What would you like to do?
I want to fly Snaggletooth around and just kind of see if there's anything suspicious out on the seas.
Excuse me.
But not get too far from the boat.
As you try to mount Snaggletooth, Snaggletooth is a little resistant to you, to like actually taking off and whatnot. There's like a head's kind of kept low. These kind of panic, well not panic, but like just worried chirps.
He doesn't want to take off?
You know this to be a common thing that he does when he senses a storm, and a bad storm.
Oh, I announced to everybody, a storm is coming.
Calvin just points to the big brewing storm in front of us.
As the rest of the crew looks at you as they're like battening down the ship for a storm.
Never mind.
And Kimmy's like, and this Captain Nemi is gonna be like, "You're right. We'll make sure we prep for it. Thank you."
She just nods.
She gives you a big thumbs up.
But I still want to fly out a little bit, not for very long.
You'll be able to. Make a perception check while flying out.
$15.
15.
Is it dark out?
It is gray. It is gray skies for sure. It is not like pitch black, but it is.
I didn't know what time of day this was.
I would say this is evening, so it is. It is very dark for evening. It is not too much compared to what it will be once sun sets. Heidi, what you doing? You being nosy? All right. As you kind of look out across the seas and everything, you see the storm well in the distance. You don't really see much of anything else in that regard. And before that, can I have someone roll the next day for me real quick? This may give her indication of things that may be to come.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a 3.
In the distance, you can see what looks to be the remains of some sort of shipwreck, well, way far in the distance. More towards where the storm is, though.
Is the shipwreck towards where we are heading?
It's a little off course. Not completely off course, but more off course, from what you can tell.
Okay.
This is Rowan seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I fly down. I go up to Calvin. Calvin, there's a shipwreck over yonder.
Just hanging out.
Just
Sitting
hanging
there?
out, man. I don't know. I couldn't get close enough to examine it because I wanted to stay close to the ship, but it's a little. It's not on our course, but it's a little on the way. Should we try to check it out?
I would think. Did you see any signs of survivors clinging to it?
Did I, Bo?
No, it looked pretty derelict.
No, it looked abandoned.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Sounds like either a trap or some sort of hidden rocks. Either should be avoided. But we should go ahead and bring it to the captain's attention.
Okay.
So we'll go inform the captain of the weirdness.
She goes, And you kind of give her a general direction. She says, well, that's more towards the storm. But if you wanted to scavenge it, we could.
I say let's check it out.
Would it be normal for a wrecked ship to just be derelict on the surface?
She kind of smiles at you like you should already know the answer by now. And she goes, no, this is the voyage of weird things happening. But you don't learn by avoiding it.
That's true.
I like that attitude.
I think it smells like a trap, personally.
But if it's a trap, Calvin, it can still give us information.
You're not wrong. I think if it doesn't make it increase the perils of the storm for us too much, and I'll lean on your experience for that, Captain, then we might check it out.
Yeah.
I want to do pirate stuff. Let's go.
She's like, this is about as piratey as it gets.
Perhaps pull the rest of the crew.
Why would Kelvin do that?
But she says,
Or the rest of your adventuring party.
She says she says it could be a little hairy. due to the weather. But if we're not there for too long, then it may not be a problem. And with these things, there could be survivors on them who've been living on them and surviving whatever food is left. Or there could be valuables and shiny things, or it could be a trap.
Or at the very least, you could recover your
I am fine with.
for repairing your ship.
Well, I'm fine with it if all of you are fine with it. I leave it to be your call. My ship and my crew are at your service.
I can say if you don't want to get too close in case there are some sort of shallows, I can provide us a way to get over to the ship, even if we are some distance away for safety purposes.
That might be convenient.
She nods and she's like, I would prefer for us to keep our distance, just in case some sort of awkward reef.
Sounds like we have a plan then.
Okay. She says, based on what you said, it's gonna. And she's like, and based on how we're moving, it's gonna probably take the night, and we won't get there till the morning.
Well, as always, let us know if there's anything we can do to assist.
She nods and says, of course. All right, is there anything that anyone wants to do on this evening and this night of the seventh night?
Are we not going over to the thing?
That's gonna be. It's gonna take. It's not like nearby. It is a traveling. Like it is miles upon miles away.
Misunderstood how far away.
And the ship is moving very slow. Like the sails are not down.
Got it. I
like
just missed it.
This point this is being manually steered and powered. So right now, because she didn't want to like go driving forward into the storm.
So do they have oars out, or are they getting towed?
They actually have a low level cleric who's just manipulating water.
Okay, that works.
But like they're the ship is the ship, which would typically move about 9 miles an hour, right now is only moving about between 1 or 2.
Got it.
If even, like, because she's trying to take this time to make sure the ship is 100% in the condition it needs to be to weather the storm. She's just worried about the damages from beneath. So you have this evening and this night to do what you may before the next morning arrives, and you look to enter into this sunken ship.
This is a trap.
Down in the crew's quarter for the first time because she's been sleeping up in the crow's nest, and she's going to spend the night reading. If anyone is interested in what she's reading.
If Kelvin walks by, he'll take a glance to see if it's anything pertinent.
You see in very large letters, cursive letters, necromancy, enchantment, evocation, in the live, laugh, love font.
Alive! Ahaha! Fuck.
Calvin, don't you ever read?
Regularly.
Well, I have a fantastic book for you if you're interested.
By all means, what do you recommend?
I want to toss you a goblin's ass through a hole in the ground.
Very good, thank you. He will thumb through it, see if there's anything pertinent to be aware of.
Make an intelligence roll, if Bo will allow it.
Meh. For just straight intelligence, that's going to be 15.
You now have a pretty good idea on how to court a goblin.
Cool. He will make a note. Might come up.
You just never know.
You never know.
For now.
The valuable knowledge of courting a goblin. It is yours
Yep.
now. All right. Do you want anything and do anything else with their night? A lot of the crew seems pretty solemn, quiet. Some of them are down below sharing ghost stories.
We've been on the sea a grand total of how many days?
This is your
Seven.
seventh day of
And
travel.
we've had
not including the
And
day
we've had
of
like
departure.
3 clear days, 4 clear days.
There have been there's been 3 days that have been completely clear, and one where the wind was at your back.
Yep.
So
Before I go to bed,
4 out of your 7 full days of sea have been very good.
Before I go to bed, I'm going to be eating another gold into the sea.
And I would like to do another scry.
Sure.
Temper over the last 48 hours or so since he did the last bit of scrying came to the realization that with the nature of divining with the gods, things are always a little unclear, both from an answering perspective, but sometimes from the question itself, and realized that he may have incidentally meant more people than he originally thought, because he doesn't know the whereabouts of a particular person, so they might have been in Luskin. So he wants to confirm that he's just being paranoid and make sure everything is okay.
So you're wanting to do this on the second person again?
No, this is a third person that he didn't think about the fact that he's not aware of their whereabouts even a little bit. So they could have been in Luskin and therefore been a part of the cryptic answer.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the third person. Gotcha.
The most important person.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So.
I couldn't possibly know what you mean.
Nope.
Huh? You don't. Alright. His name is Reggie.
You guys will meet him. He's pretty great.
Yeah. Fantastic lover. Makes really good omelets. He does these things like the chives with some shallots and the best.
And the way he flips it, it's just
The way he flips it makes just
better. It's better than the way he flips me.
a All right. I guess this should be in whisper form, shouldn't it?
I will say, yeah. This scry had a solid 30 minutes of pacing before it happened.
So anyone who's probably been seeing this before he sits down for 10 minutes and ritual cast probably saw Temper just constantly pacing upon the ship back and forth, just unnervingly so.
Would Ori
Noted.
The cast?
I mean, you'd recognize it to be Scry if you're gonna actually watch him cast it. If you're around at the time and not off reading your book or something.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and Temper, Kris, do you wish for this to be whispered in private or open?
It can be open. It's
okay. You find the inner peace within your mind, and you enter once again into the forge as you enter into yourself, stoking yourself with the fire of the flames, and leave as a wisp out of the billow. Your form floats onward and becomes the scrying eye in a steamed room. Low lit, candles everywhere, fogged over, hard to see. You notice the walls having murals of mermaids and this kind of just grotto-like appearance. people in the distance that seem to be. You can only see half of their upper body sticking out of the ground, and as the mist begins to clear,
Out of the ground?
yeah, like you only see you can see silhouettes of only like the upper half of beings.
But it's ground?
Well, it's silhouettes.
Okay. Oh, I
As
see the top half of people.
yes,
Got it.
I'm building it up.
Okay, I just have
As clarity starts to come to you, you realize they're not coming out of the ground. They're coming out of pools, and not any particular pools, but created and constructed baths.
I think immediately at that point, like Temper would pull out, like immediately. Like
Alright.
as soon as he recognizes what kind of location this is, he would have bounced.
But and right as you do so, you hear a very familiar and relaxed exasperation and sigh that you recognize as you immediately retreat out.
Yeah, and I guess at least Ori is watching me intently. I don't know of anybody else, but I don't know what Ori's experience is, but typically people don't look this flushed and sweaty when they come out of a scry. Temper looks a weird combination of like embarrassed and like nauseous all at once.
You're going to look over and Ori's going to be grinning ear to ear looking at you.
Can I help you?
How did your scry go?
It worked. Why?
Well, typically they last about 10 minutes.
I didn't need it. Got all I needed to know. And Temper will get up, dust himself off a little bit, and walk away very awkwardly.
You shouldn't spy on Britt like that. He doesn't like it.
I already know he eats oranges like a normal person.
Ori will be laughing very hard out loud at that before going back to her book.
On Temper's way back to the center of the ship to go back underground, he's going to stop for a minute and pause, and then immediately turn to the side of the boat and just throw up just a little bit, and then make his way downstairs after cleaning himself up a bit.
All right. For anyone who else walks past, sees a very flushed, almost seasick-looking Temper. Captain Nemi will notice it, and she'll kind of like raise her jug for dealing with seasickness towards you to see if you need it.
I'll just kind of give like I'm good. Don't think it would cure this.
All right. Is anyone else doing anything with the night?
Prep work for he doesn't really know what, but making sure all the shit's together.
All right. Then you all rest, and the next day you will be woken up. And it'll be one of the crewmates who says, "Captain Nemi has sent us down to get you. We're close by. The rest is on you." As you head up, the morning is heavily obscured, foggy, eerie. You can see bits of maybe what looks to be a ship in the distance. It's hard to see, but it doesn't feel like morning. It feels like twilight.
Make sure my goggles are stashed on my forehead, cinched up.
Okay.
I'll poof Opal into existence. Would you like me to scout ahead?
Well, Temper, what was your plan on getting us over there?
I can allow you to walk on the surface of the water much like Grit does. But it probably wouldn't be the worst thing to scout it out. It might determine whether or not there's any reason to go over there.
Give me just a moment. Ori's going to sit down. Eyes are going to glaze over, and Opal's going to take flight towards the shipwreck.
Okay. As Opal takes flight. There's definitely a wind that makes flight harder for her. That's kind of the circuit. This encapsulates this area. But she makes her way through, and eventually, she peering through the fog, she will see some form of cargo vessel. It is at about a 45-degree angle. Seems to be holding its position. A good 50% of the ship still seen. It's not about 45. It's laying more flat. A lot of the ship can be seen. It bears a mast that holds 2 flags, one of Waterdeep and another of Luskan. But the part that sticks out to you that's odd is it running through the middle as what she thought once was probably a massive ship realizes it's a spire of coral, like a spear that is stuck up from the base of the sea and impaled the ship. And with that, we're going to call game.
Ooh, spooky. Carl, I didn't know you were already over there.